Go.
What am I supposed to? Oh, hey Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
I'd like to welcome the millions and millions of Marcovision fans finally back home to Double Vision / Marcovision. Yeah. No Pete today, thank God. We're about to have a real fun show. Hey, Dom, I forgot to ask, do you have the ability to run stuff?
I have the ability to run some things. Yes,
All right, good. Like
I
the
can
intro.
do. I'll be able to do the news.
Pete usually presses buttons for me, which is nice.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can do that.
We are
I'm
going to bring
familiar.
back, before we say hi to the chat, just real quickly, we're going to bring back some of the great original features of the tax show, ones we used to do a long time ago. Actually, fan favorites like the C list will be coming back. We also will be doing top 5 con advice. One of the classics, if you guys forget, was what type of footwear to wear during a con. But this one is more about, because we've got a con. We've got a con coming up Saturday.
Yep.
I just looked at the picture. It's funny because it's like Raj is right in the middle of the picture, right? But then Sean is on the other side digging in somebody's box. And like it must have been the setup from last show. And then we'd be against, you can't see us because we were against the wall over there. But either way, so we will talk about setup etiquette, maybe like top 5 don't be a jackass type thing. Oh, yeah, minute in, we're good. Type things to do. And then we've got, what else do we got? Some news. And we have some comic reviews, some interesting comics this week. Very interesting comics this week. We're going to do this all as we take over Rennavision. We don't know what's going to happen to Pete. Suspensions abound and all. But hey, it should be fun. And by the way, if we're doing the key list, there are definitely going to be certain characters that Pete does not let us talk about that we will be talking about. So there you go. Yeah. Oh, JJ might be coming on too. Shoot, I should have sent him I forgot to do that. Well, he probably won't be coming on because I don't think I sent him the link. But
well, he'll come in the chat. He'll let us know.
Yeah, he'll come in the chat.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right, so let's say hi to the people in the thing. Marcovision, Dub, you got your hands full tonight, my man. Have a good show this week. Yes. I'm only here to cause confusion and delay. Hey, Joe, which one is it? That's not Thomas. That's the angry one, right?
There's more than one tank engine?
Dude, I had to watch. Ugh. It's like a whole thing, and it's all these Brits that are narrating it. And then it's like a bunch of whiny ass fucking trains being whiny ass bitches a bunch of the time. So, yeah, you don't have kids. Thumbs up, hi. Eric, wave. Hey, Eric. Oh, snap it to tack. This thing, peace and thumbs up. Okay. What's up, Brian? What's up? What's going on, Bruce? Kingdom of the Nerds. Check him out. What do we got, Matthew? Greetings, everyone. Greeting. Sorry. You know what? I was going to call off, too. I got a huge tub of, like, video games, for everything from Nintendo and systems. I got 2 Nintendos, NESs, Super Nintendo, a 64, a bunch of games. I got to get them priced here soon. So, but instead, I'm hanging out with you guys. If these bits are so great, they wouldn't have disappeared. No, you know what it is? It's just it goes on so long, AOA. I think the C list is something that people thoroughly request. AOA. So, needle. Hey, I would be laughing, Brucifer, because last time I heard you decided to fucking tier list shit on your show. So let's not talk about segs here, buddy. That aren't that great. Okay. No, it's Thomas, not Gordon. Okay, I don't know which one pouts. I think they both pout. Joe, how do you know so much about the trades? That's what I want to know. It was not Ringo Starr. There's no way the British narrator was Ringo Starr. Maybe it was. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, a Dub. Let's get to a little bit of news. Let's get it moving.
All right, let's do the news. Let me run the thing.
Please. Dub 2. I see 2 dubs.
Uh-oh.
No. It's here. There we go, dub.
Sweet. So we're going to talk about a bunch of fun things. The biggest news of the week, our top stories. Well, we had one that kind of broke today that I
Break
didn't
it.
know about. So the first one earlier this week, we heard Superman Legacy cast Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, and there's been some debate on this, but I went back to the original article, which was reported by Variety, and it is Nathan Fillion will be playing Guy Gardner with the bowl cut and everything. So I thought this was kind of interesting because we're getting the third Green Lantern now. So they already talked about Hal Jordan and John Stewart, and now here's Guy Gardner, which
You
I don't
used Dave
know.
from the Rookie.
That's
You didn't use it for like I don't know.
that's what he's most currently been in.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he was Captain Hammer. He was, Firefly. He's done so many things, but
Who the fuck was Guy Gardner, anyways?
I don't know. There's
Guy
people that like
Gardner's
him
the
a lot.
bitch ass fucking
Yeah.
Green Lantern. He is such a
Lowest ranked, in my opinion.
little bitch ass boys like him because that's what he is. He's a little simp.
Maybe it's a good adversary for Soups at some point, a little bit. Somebody for Soup to beat up. But I'm curious about this Mr. Terrific and the Hawk Girl. Like it's, I don't know. Those are two JSA characters, right? So
yeah.
So who knows where they're going?
Society too.
A society, right?
Yeah.
Go
And
ahead.
actually, did this guy play? Didn't Edie? Did he play Mondo? Who did he play in X-Men First Class?
I don't know. I don't remember.
What wasn't it? Actually, I think it's somebody we're going to be talking about on the C list later on, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, I don't know. What does Six say? Yes, Ringo. Okay. Everybody's such an expert on the UK engineer. These grown ass men always know, I don't know who the
They know
UK
about
engineer.
Thomas.
Thomas the Trade is their shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. That's fine. I mean, I like Nathan Fillion in mostly everything he does.
Yeah,
I haven't actually watched the show The Rookie, but like every once in a while I watch the shorts. Yeah, he played Darwin. Didn't he play Darwin? He did. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, I know, but he's on the C list later. We're ruining the C list with our news already. All right.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
All right, next one. This one dropped earlier today. Is this guy? He's not playing Lex Luthor, but he's playing Metamorpho.
That's actually a good lineup for him. I think it is. I think it's a better lineup than playing Lex Luthor for him.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's a character that's not like we don't get a lot of Metamorpho.
Who said he? Wait a minute. Who said this is one of the coolest fucking characters out there?
He said this is his quote.
I mean, he's a strange looking dude, so I could see. Yeah, I'll accept it. I'll accept that lie. I'll accept that. I mean,
he just got cast. He's gonna say something bad about the character. I mean, come on. He's got to say something nice. So he loved this character.
He said it's one of the coolest characters out there. You don't have to go that far. You could be like, this is when I read the books, this was one of my favorites. You could say that. The coolest character. Fuck. I mean, I know DC's got a bunch of lame ass characters running around. That's okay. But this ain't one. If it was the Creeper, I could see it. You know what I mean? But this is
that's where we're going, right?
Not it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, so that was our big news as far as DC goes. We can talk about a little bit of the box office here, and the new #1 movie is this Insidious movie. This is like the 4th or 5th version of sequel to this movie, and this one came out swinging with 33 million this week. And it's like, I guess the second movie did really, really well. This is something I know about because my wife talks about it. She watched it because she really wanted to watch it.
Yeah, she likes that weird shit.
She got scared. No, she loves the Saw stuff. Because she watched this, and then there's a song in one of the movies about red roses or something, and now she can't watch these movies anymore because it scares her too much because she can't sleep.
What? Did you tell her it's a movie?
What?
You told her it's a movie, right? It's
not. No, she watched the first one. I know, but still, like it's I don't know. Hey man, she doesn't watch those movies anymore. She used to watch Saw and stuff all the time, and it gives her nightmares. So I don't watch that stuff anyway.
Is the curse now for movies? Is this the new? I mean, I do think it is that a lot of people aren't going out to watch movies anymore, so we're not going to get long run. I mean, it's gotta be something super special like Mario, where it hits like adults and kids and everything else. But like, is it a thing now that like we're just not going to see, like, if you say the movie is going to be super fucking dope, it's not going to be good or it's not going to get that much pop. Like, I mean, Indiana Jones, everybody's like, oh, we know Shia LaBeouf screwed up the last one. This one's so great. It's so awesome. They said the same thing about Flash. And then now once you start watching them, you're like, I mean, yeah, they're not like the worst shit I've ever seen, but like, just like the last guy, like, dude, what are we talking about? Can we like set levels? Like, can we just tier rank it or put it on like a grading scale? Like, yeah, Indiana Jones, it was like 6.5 out of 10. Okay, fair. Because I think if we do that and we set the ranking right, maybe then more people might actually go watch it. Because
temper expectations.
Yeah.
Temper, and that's not what's happening at all. So now we have coming. Barbie is coming and Oppenheimer is coming. And Oppenheimer is Christopher Nolan's new movie. Apparently, it's close to 3 hours. And then Barbie is getting so much publicity all over the place.
Which I'm thinking might be. I mean, we saw it with Indian Flash, though. I mean, I think it might be a flop, or not a flop, but just not do as good as you think it is. Because, like, I mean, that would be the true test, right?
So that's got a lot going for it that neither one of those other movies had. So it's got Margot Robbie. There's immediate simps that will go see a Margot Robbie movie.
Yeah,
sure. And then I read some things about it where this could be like a movie like geared for women and like specifically written for women. So like it could bring out a lot of women might want to go see this movie, and it could.
You know what brings out women, especially in the summertime?
Magic Mike.
No, White Claw and what's that other one? The other hard, any seltzer. If you got seltzer with alcohol in it, that brings them out. You know, inside not so much. So I don't know. Yeah, you get a lot of woo chicks. The woo chicks aren't going inside to watch a bar. I mean, that's what the crowd would be, right? You're trying to get woo chicks. Woo chicks are too busy wooing in the summertime to be. They're woo. I mean, you can't do that in a movie theater. You'll get in trouble. Yeah.
Okay. What is Pete in the chat?
I don't know what. We might have to block him.
What's happening?
Happy Wednesday, Planet. Well, I don't know what he's doing. He's grounded. Any day is a good day to have off, but Wednesdays are the best days to have off. Hey, Planet Comics. Okay, good to hear.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the woo girls. I swear to God, a bunch of woo girls.
All right. So this week, in other movie news, this week we got a trailer and a poster and images for Wonka, the newest Charlie. Well, it's not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So this is, I guess, a prequel to any other Willy Wonka movie you've ever seen before.
Wait, hold on now. So is this like, do the same people have the rights, or does it?
That's a very good question. I don't.
Nobody cares. Nice hat.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit about this. Yeah, what the fuck? Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know, man. There was a trailer drop. It made a big deal about it.
Just after I watched the second, I mean, I really felt dirty. Like I had to take a shower after watching the second Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So
like Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking just pass on this.
Yeah, I like Johnny Depp, and that movie was a tough watch. All right, so here we go. Here's some more news about Deadpool. Jennifer Garner has been. This was like out in the news. This wasn't even a rumor. This was anything, and she's reprising her role. Nearly 20 years later, Deadpool is set to come out on May 3rd of 2024.
Is she still married to Ben Affleck?
No, I don't think so.
Did anybody tell her she really wasn't good as Elektra?
Yeah, Ben Affleck wasn't good as Daredevil. He's going to be in it.
Yeah, fair.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him as I definitely liked him as Batman, but like
better than Daredevil for sure.
Oh well, he's fucking horrible at Daredevil. But you know, I mean, hey, but look, you got what's his name, who's great at fucking Deadpool 3, and he was atrocious as fucking Green Lantern. So
fair.
But yeah, I don't know why unless you're just gonna shit on it. Like, I mean, that's what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna shit on it really quickly and move along.
I heard a theory that this was, and from a buddy of mine.
Thank you, AOA, for keeping me up to date on the fucking gossip columns.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Okay. He said that perhaps that all of these characters that are coming in are just to die in this
Yep.
movie. That's all they
Which
get killed off.
isn't that kind
Yeah,
of
there you go,
lame?
Ryan.
Isn't that kind of lame? Because we already did it. We already did it with the uh with the original X Factor, right? We brought in a bunch of, well, maybe not the original, but we brought in Shadow Star. We brought in a bunch of them, and they all fucking died off. We did that thing already, right?
Well, I mean, this kind of could tie into the whole Fox losing the right, or Fox selling the rights to Disney, and then they're killing off the old Fox characters so they can bring in the new characters. I mean, they can go kind of meta with it. So I don't know. It could be kind of funny. Although this wasn't Fox, I don't think. But anyway, now let's move on to some good news.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
So Godzilla -1, the dropped a trailer. It's just a quick teaser. It's called Godzilla
-1. Yeah.
1.0.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
The trailer looked, I mean, it's Toho, so they did the movie and they put the trailer out. It looks great. November 3rd in Japan, December 1st here in the U.S.
I'm excited.
30 seconds. Yeah, I saw the trailer and I watched it again. It was good.
Do you think this is going to affect?
Godzilla.
Do you think this is going to affect? If it is, then Brian is the smartest man of all time. But do you think this is going to affect the price of Godzilla stuff? Godzilla. I mean, like the mags and the G mags and that like the real fan stuff. Do you think this is going to give a fury to the fan stuff?
I don't know. This is like it's not new. I mean, like new stuff.
No, but sometimes when you bring it to front of mind, especially the G mag and the other stuff, like the stuff. Now, I'm not talking about the fucking 80s Marvel comic book or whatever. I just,
well, I don't know if it's like this is the kind of, I don't know who's gonna watch it. Like I'm gonna watch this movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch
it.
But
is it really gonna bring in like?
I think it might.
The new audience. I hope so.
I mean, I think if like the one thing, all it takes is one person, one dude that plays video games that people watch or some shit to be like, yeah, we're gonna go see this. That's all it takes. All it takes is like a Timmy the Fat Man to go like, yo, dude, did you all watch Godzilla? And then every Fortnite fucker from Sticks On is gonna go out there and watch this thing and woo, Godzilla, yay, Fortnite, yay! Do you guys shoot guns in Fortnite, or what do you guys do in Fortnite, Sticks? I don't know what Fortnite does. But, yeah, I mean that's all it's gonna take. That's it.
I hope everybody, and I hope what you're saying is true, and I hope everybody goes to see this movie because I would love it. I want Godzilla to be awesome. All right, so that was our good movie news. Let's move on to a couple streaming bits.
I don't know. Was Godzilla in Fortnite? Sticks would know.
I don't know. Yeah, Sticks would know exactly.
Yeah, Sticks would know.
So to start off our streaming news, we have a date, August 3rd. The Super Mario Brothers movie will be coming to Peacock. So you can stream it then. Had a good run in the theaters. Broke some it set some records for this year, and you'll be able to stream it on August 3rd.
It's different. It's a different. Yeah, you're thinking about Skull Island, King Island. You're thinking about like the verse of them. This is a little different, Joe. It's a different type of thing. It's like for the Godzilla.
This is Toho, which is the original Japanese company.
Yeah, it's like
this trailer looked like an old Japanese Godzilla
like
movie. Yeah. So yeah, Super Mario, and then other streaming news. The Last of Us received 24 Emmy nominations, which is the first time a video game adaptation has received anything close to that. I know Bella and Pedro were both nominated for their respective Best Actor, Best Actress, and then the actual show was nominated for Outstanding Series.
I don't know what it is, but that girl she annoys me. You know, like how you get actors that annoy you?
Yeah.
You know, like who's the guy that played Batman for a couple of years and kept going, I am Batman? You know that guy?
For a couple
used to be
years?
the rapist dude in, what's his name?
No, he used to be what?
Who's the actor that played Batman before Affleck?
Clooney?
No, after that. He's in the fucking movie where he was killing people.
Oh, Christian
Oh,
Bale.
good lord, Christian
Christian
Bale.
Bale,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that guy too. Whenever I see, I'm just like, oh, you know what I mean? He's something about him annoys me. Same thing with this lady. I love the show, but Jesus, yeah, Christian Bale. Can't say no. Fucking Val. Lopez is about to get muted for being stupid. Sick boy, you definitely are not talking about Keaton. Get out of here. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, I really like the show, but Jesus, it turns my stomach every time I have to listen to her talk. So same thing with Christian Bale. Yeah.
So I didn't
Fucking
go too deep into the Emmy
fuck out
stuff,
of me.
but I know Andor was nominated for Best Outstanding Series, and then I believe Better Call Saul season 6 was also nominated for a bunch of things. So, but Succession, which is a show I haven't seen, led the nominations with 27, but Last of Us was second. So I was
Very
pretty happy
sweet.
with that.
See, look at all these people get it. All these people get it. And then look at the people who are so wrong. Like, dude, they're horrible. I
Yeah,
will say this,
and
going back to this, if go watch Skull Island, it's a different type of King Kong, Godzilla, but it's awesome. It's good. I really do like that universe, so it's really cool. That if we could if we could get people to see that type of stuff, you know what I mean? Like,
yep,
I think if
we'll
people
see it.
started watching that, it would be really good. So cool. What is this for again?
Emmys.
Does
The
anybody give a shit?
television. Um,
I mean, besides like
people
6-year-old women or whatever.
besides the people who win it
People,
probably do. They get to put the trophies on their wall.
yeah. I mean, you gotta
That's
be
about
pretty
it. Like
stupid to
I
watch
don't
that shit.
watch it. We don't even know if it's gonna be a show with the strike and everything. Like it might be in November, it might be in January. Who knows?
Is the Emmys the one where it's like two things? Like it's an Emmy, but you win an Oscar. Is that this one?
No, there's like Emmys for TV. Like this is the TV version. Oscar's the movie version,
Okay.
and Tony is the stage plays
Okay.
version. And I don't know what the Golden Globes or the People's Choice are. I'm not sure what those things mean.
Yeah, I don't know what all that nonsense
Yeah.
is.
I just know the Emmys are for television.
I mean, I watched like 2 MTV Music Awards, and then I watched the Source Awards when they shot the place up. But besides that, I haven't seen many award shows. All right,
Yeah.
next up.
Nice. All right. Let's talk about some comics. So first and foremost, Diamond has sent a statement to prepare stores for the UPS strike.
And if we just don't blame UPS on why you can't get your ship sent, dude. Fucking Diamond.
Here's the
We
translation.
know there's a strike coming. We're looking into it. At least someone has to play.
I summarized the article for you.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Could you explain why when they're not on strike, you seem to fucking not be able to get shipments to places on time? Am I wrong, Dub? If it fucking snows, I swear to God, if it fucking snows in Alaska, there's a shipment late.
Oh, it's late. It's late.
Bitch,
We don't
you're
know.
12 hours away. How is the shipment? We hit a truck and it blew up. What are you talking about,
My
man?
LCS owner has had to go to the UPS warehouse so many times because like it gets there too late for it to get on the truck. So if he wants his books on time, he's had to go pick them up himself, and that's not UPS's fault.
No, that's
100%. Yeah, so they don't even get there when they're supposed to.
What do you have? What do they have left over there? They have I mean, I don't know if y'all saw that post about fucking what was it, the Whatnot comics, but some dude tried to sell them to a comic book store and then just left them motherfuckers there. The dude's like, I don't even want you leaving them in my fucking store, bro. Like, that's what Diamond's distributing now?
Yeah,
good luck, bro. Good luck. I mean, hey, I think I said it a bunch of years ago, and sometimes when people tend to not be as nice as they should when they're on top, shit will bite them in the ass. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep, everybody you screwed over on the way up is not going to give a crap on you on
the way down.
On the way down. So
where I talked with you, they said it DHL sticks, dude. Fucking Diamond. The one that I love is the fucking guys that go, "Hey, Penguin boxes is what." Diamond fucking gets their shit from Penguin, so you're gonna get your shit late anyways, dude. Like, what are you talking about? What? How do you think they ship to fucking? How do you think Penguin ships to fucking Diamond?
Yeah, exactly. How do? Oops. All right. So there will be a Thunderbolts comic coming out. Marvel just announced this, and the lineup looks suspiciously similar
like the fucking movie lineup.
Like the movie. Yeah, exactly. You got Bucky, you got Contessa Valentina, you got Yelena Belova, Sharon Carter, the Red Guardian,
I like Yelena Bobovola.
Mm-hmm. U.S. Agent and Shang-Chi.
Can we just say that this is probably the worst fucking Thunderbolt team of all time? We should probably rank tier list Thunderbolt teams, but it's really easy. This is fucking trash trash Thunderbolts.
Well, I mean, I Yelena Belova's on there, so I'm not going to put it in trash.
Yeah, Black Widow and White Widow, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, both.
That's cool.
I'm willing to wait.
That's cool. And then.
Yep. That's all I got.
And then. Because the rest of that's horseshit.
And then.
Like, I actually like Shang-Chi guy. I like him. U.S. Agent is he's good when he's doing his own thing, but fuck. Or not U.S. Agent. Sorry. What's his name with the metal arm? Bucky.
Oh, Bucky. Yeah.
U.S. Agent's fucking stupid as shit.
He had a very punchable face.
Yeah, he does. He's another guy. When I look at his face, it just annoys the fuck out of me. Red Guardian is like funny for a minute, but like that shit's gonna get old real fucking quick.
I mean, I'm willing.
And Cortesto, what? Why is that? What? It's this.
Contessa Valentina Allegro.
You know what they did? They literally are trying to do. They're trying to do James Gunn's fucking Suicide Squad without James Gunn, and it's not going to be fucking funny. Because remember, Thunderbolts. Besides when Ross was on it, even when he was Red Hulk. You know what I mean? He actually had something. What's the fuck? What's that lady's name from VP?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, yeah. The best. I mean, dude, she might have to go back and start doing VP again because that's the only thing she's ever been good in. So, like,
I know you didn't like Seinfeld, but I thought she was great in Seinfeld.
Who won now?
Veep. She was in Seinfeld.
Oh, I never seen it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
No, I'm good. Yeah, show. No Taskmaster. I know, Joe. I don't know.
No, they want the.
Can we get new characters, or can we bring back the old? I gotta say, one of the for how you don't have what's his name Baron in there is just fucking. You already showed him. He's in the universe. Just fucking have him roll out, dude. And he's funny, and people like him.
But we don't know that he's not there,
dude. How funny would it be if he fucking just killed VP real quickly and just fucking took over? That'd be cool because that does happen in Thunderbolts. Like that happens a lot. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know Colin Kelly. I don't know what they have written. So they could be good. Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. Those are the two writers for this.
Never heard of them. Yeah. It is a horrible cover too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get twisted. The thing's gonna fucking sell. It sell quick. It sell for a lot. But Ellen.
Elaine Venice.
Who's that? Venice. Who's Elaine Venice?
That's who she played in Seinfeld.
Who?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, the
lady who played Veep. Yeah.
Oh, dude, what do you want me to tell you? I mean, she was good in Veep.
That's good. At least you saw that. All right, let's move on. Yeah, that's what I'm surprised about.
Good as shit. I don't. What is wrong with? Who gives a shit what I watch? What's wrong with you guys?
Did you watch Arrested Development? Just curious.
Yeah, I did. I actually was one of the people that signed to get it back on, but then.
Oh, good. Okay.
I didn't watch it after it came back on. What? Too busy. I don't know. Too fucking. I was like, yeah, it's back on, and I was like, oh, fuck it.
Oh. All right.
I'm busier doing other shit. It's none of your business.
Whoops. That wasn't supposed to happen, but all right. It was a spoiler there. But so there was a. Can I go back? Yeah. So this thing.
You've already ruined this.
No. But I want to show you this piece up here. This not today. But soon. This was out like a couple weeks ago, I guess, and then. They gave you a website to go there. I don't know what Marvel was doing, but basically they were hiding this page. This is the last page of the comic that came out today. So like you get the comic, you read the comic, then there's the last page of the book. And basically it's Cyclops saying, not yet, but soon, or not today, but soon, talking about Miss Marvel. Because they're giving her a bunch of crap for not coming to the funeral.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, so...
I didn't review this book for a reason.
Yeah, so this is all about Kamala, and we know she's coming back. So, like, this is starting the story to her, for her, why she's coming back. They're all giving them crap for.
Okay, can I tell you this here? whatever it is, the Seinfeld show is probably really good because I think it went on a long run, right?
Yep.
People always talk about it. Get it. It's like past the time. It's like the Titanic. I ain't trying to watch it. I don't care what you say. I don't have enough time for it. That's the bottom line. So I get it. I don't see why y'all are mad. Just relax. It's okay. If you enjoyed it, you can enjoy it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I don't need challenges or anything else because here's the challenge. I ain't accept. I do not accept. No, sir. Good day. Okay. This is also stupid. We all knew this was coming, and it seems like it's stupid.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. We have one gaming story that's relevant to. There's a lot of gaming things that happen every
Marvel's like
week.
a bad idea. Dude, that is. I was gut. I can't even tell you how I was stuck to like. I was gonna try it. I was like, yeah, maybe people would want to know what was in the Miss Marvel book. And then I said, I don't think I got enough. I can't do it.
Ring the bell.
Do that for that because like fuck it, dude. I'm not reading that bullshit.
I'm at least not selling donuts yet. Give him time though, I guess.
Dude, I play. My pop culture is fucking golden. AOA. What's up,
All right.
Tyson?
So the
Keep
gaming
going.
news that we have is Cliffhanger, which is subsidiary of EA Sports in the game, and they are working on a Black Panther solo game. We heard about an Iron Man game a little while back, and now we're hearing about Black Panther. So I don't know.
This is
I
not
hope
for
it's
me.
good.
Iron Man's not
Yeah.
for me either. Solo games like this are not for me. It's not
Yeah.
what I mean. If you're giving me an MMO, cool, but like, I mean, actually, I'd rather have an MMO Black Panther game than have one fucking Iron Man. Iron Man's boring as shit. But with that being said, if it's just a solo game where you're like, what is this? 1985 again? We're at the fucking arcades. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think games are
Fuck.
like that anymore, though.
I just played it. I played the turtle game the other day. It was the
Yeah, this is not going to be like that turtle game. I love that turtle game. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I hope your kids liked it too. That's
No,
amazing.
they loved it, dude.
Yeah.
They loved it. I was gonna just let them try a fucking. I was just gonna let them beat it out, but then all of a sudden, who's it? Is it Bebop? Rocksteady comes first, and all of a sudden, Rocksteady was trying to whoop their ass. So I was like, oh hell no! So I threw a couple courses in there. Bah, bah. Just woo. I didn't get to be you know who I like to be though, and I didn't get to be him. I actually had to be Ralph, but probably my least favorite. I'll do it. As I get older, Ralph's not so bad. But I like to in that game I like to play Leonardo. I always like the sword.
See, growing up, I did like Raph because he was cool but crude. That whole thing, but actually Donatello is definitely the best turtle.
Really, I
realize
always liked Mike the best, but I hated the nunchucks. I liked
Yeah.
the sword, so I liked Leonardo. But then Donatello's and Ralph was just a pissant. So plus, I always saw the Sai, and I'm like, dude. And then like every kid that had a Sai, you just punch him in the nose.
It's close, yeah, close combat.
Yeah, but your fist is closer, I guess. So I don't know.
All right, so that's all the video game news. I was saying that I don't do a lot of video game news unless it's really relevant to comics or pop culture or something that we're doing. There's so much news about Diablo and all these other things that I don't really. And I could do a whole segment on Zelda news, but
You should. The Zelda thing is crazy. That Zelda thing is crazy, man. I can't believe how many people buy that game not to play the fucking game.
They don't have
That's
to play.
what I'm saying.
You don't have to play it. You could just spend time building things.
I'm telling you, if you do that shit with like Black Panther, could you imagine going to Wakanda and all the shit you could do? You know what I mean? Like you're just fucking chilling. Wakanda, bro. You could do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
If they do something like that, it would be amazing. But
that's not what it is. This is a fucking. This is like this.
I think it's gonna be more like a first-person kind of game. Like I don't know, like you control your character in an open world, but not with online. But I don't know. I don't know Cliffhanger. I don't know. I don't trust EA.
Any AAA and anybody that starts off with AAA developer means that the shit ain't gonna be like
right. Exactly.
It's gonna be whatever. Yeah, EA's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, we need more
All
games
right.
for sure. We do.
So we're gonna talk a couple things about some toys coming
Like
out,
a
and then
decade, bro.
yeah, it's been.
Games have been lacking for like a decade, man.
So first up, we are getting a replica one-to-one shield of Captain Carter's vibranium shield, as it appears
Wait,
in What If.
who?
Captain Carter, Peggy.
I don't give a shit.
You don't know who she is?
I don't give a shit. I know who she is.
Fair. All right.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, I don't want the shield. I mean, I didn't want the. I don't know. What am I gonna do with the shield?
$150.
Yeah. So that Captain America one was $150 too when it came out.
I
So
think
that
somebody
one
should
sold
tell.
out.
Hey, I think somebody should tell her we're first to the moon, first to independence, real quickly. Gave them that L right there. Take that L. Get it out of here. All
Well,
right.
something
So,
happened to Steve and he got hurt. So
so
all
what?
right.
You give it to the stepchild? I mean, come on.
I don't know. So
Yeah, nice.
this is a 2-pack that was announced. I don't know if earlier today or a couple days ago. So Walmart has their Walmart Collector Con every year, and this starts on the 18th, which I think is next Tuesday. And so this is one of the Walmart exclusives. It's a Morbius and 6-arm Spider-Man 2-pack. I believe both of these figures have been released in some form before, so these aren't brand new.
Hey, look,
Anyway,
they're gonna be $9.99 at Ollie's in about 6 months. So
I don't know
sweet.
about that because it's a Walmart exclusive, so they'll be like $9.99 at Walmart.
Go to fucking Ollie's. You find Target exclusives and fucking Walmart exclusives all over fucking Ollie's right
Oh
now. There's so
man,
much toys there, man.
I guess I gotta go check it out.
The
Okay.
best. What's the
Oh.
best? Probably you. I'll be honest with you. It's probably Ben's. Ben's probably got the best. He vintage toy shop or comic. Comic. Well, Ben's probably as a combo. The original Oasis is probably the best. Right? Wouldn't you say, Doug?
Yeah, it's a good shot. It's not called that anymore though, right?
Ben's Comic Oasis?
It's
Yeah.
Ben's. Oh, is it? It's called Oasis still? Okay.
It's Comic
Yeah.
Oasis
Okay.
technically. Everybody
Yeah.
just calls it the Oasis. The first store, that's probably the best. But
The
there's a
Ellen
bunch of
Park.
good toy stores out. There's a bunch of good shops and toy stores out here. You can't.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 that I know about here on the east side. A bunch of toy shops. They do.
Well, Chaz has got that place over there
Yep.
by Utica now.
Yeah, Chaz
Funky
has a
Town
place.
Toys.
Yep.
Funky
There's
Town
like
Toys is cool. That's got some
Sarge's.
cool shit in it. And Sarge's
Sarge's
is right
Red.
by that. You can
Yeah.
just go to both. They almost got a whole row. They're
Yeah.
doing like a row out there of fucking toy stores.
A couple miles down, there's like a horror shop that has toys too. That I had a flyer for that I can't remember the name of
Yeah.
off the top of my head. Yeah, I saw them at Astronomicon when I was there.
You work for Walmart and never knew there was a collector con?
Yeah, every year they do it, man. So, oh yep, I forgot to change the words on this one, but there's a Lego set for Wolverine. I was gonna delete this.
This
slide.
looks like shit.
Yeah, it looks like crap, which is why I wasn't gonna make the cut, and somehow it made the cut. Yeah. So anyway, there's gonna be a Wolverine Lego thing, adamantium claws. Yay! All right, here we go. All right, so these next, I did a bunch of slides. It's gonna be relatively quick. I was going through some of the exclusive.
Let us know, and depending on where you're going, if he's going to Windsor, you're going to Windsor, so he's like in between us because he's going.
Yeah,
he's probably going on the bridge. Yeah, it's only like 30
Across
minutes.
Sarnia?
For us. Yeah.
Oh,
How far are you
Ambassador
from the
Bridge?
bridge? How far are you from the bridge?
Which bridge?
Not the Port Huron one.
Oh yeah. Probably like 45 minutes.
Yeah. So we're about the same.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What do we got here?
So we're gonna talk about San Diego Comic-Con is coming up. I believe it's this weekend. And they have a whole bunch of exclusives. These aren't all of the exclusives by any means. But I thought I'd go over some of the more relevant ones. First off is Mondo's got a few things. They made a Logan figure. They already had a Wolverine in his yellow and blue costume.
Is he shitting his pants? They got shit his pants head?
He might be.
It looks like he's shitting his pants.
So this is Mondo 12-inch figure. And they do all this. It's all based on the animated series. So here's a Logan. There's also a Magneto, but I thought Magneto was already announced, so I don't know. Maybe it's a special version of Magneto that I didn't picture. But this is a limited edition of 1,500, and it's $215 at the show.
Arms out. It's kind of like two figures when you think about it.
You got to be able to put the shirt on or the jacket on and off. They also are releasing a Man-Bat.
Why?
So
shit! I thought it was cool until I saw $255. Not so fucking cool anymore. But wow, that's big as shit.
All their figures are like
holy virgin.
Yeah, they do a whole bunch of. They have the X-Men line. They have this Batman animated line, and they have one other line that we can talk about, and it's the He-Man line. All these animated based figures. So Prince Adam will be an exclusive, but they're online exclusives through San Diego. So like you can buy them online. Yeah. So you have no chance of getting them if you want them.
He-Man wasn't geared towards
Yep. Mm-hmm. At least he's wearing clothes in this one.
He is an icon.
All right, let's move along.
Flamethrower.
I don't know.
Go back to that. I'm worried. Right. What the fuck is going on with this He-Man? Go back. $250. Why does he have a pink mask and a pink? Oh, good lord.
Maybe those are like dragons that he's killed or monsters that he's killed or something.
No, he's got pink sword.
Yeah.
And a flamethrower. Flamethrower on his wrist.
There were lots of pictures to choose from, and I chose that.
Good pick, bro.
That
I just like one of my favorite He-Man is Battle Damage He-Man, so fuck ever.
No. Hey, that's how they advertise the figure. So if they're gonna advertise the figure in this way, you're gonna see it.
Dude, he is a gay icon. Like, let's be real. So like, slow down real quickly, BK. I know you don't get out much, but there you go. Go ahead. What's next?
All right, coming up next. So this is a poster, drawn by Aaron Craig. There's one that the white one will be sold at the booth, and this one with all the cool colors will be sold online. $80 or $100, and they're limited.
$100 for the cool one, I take it.
$100 for the
no.
Nope, the white one's $100.
Oh, $80 for the cooler version?
Yep.
But glow in the dark.
Online.
Glow in the dark?
I don't think so.
Damn. So it's not that cool.
It looks like it's cool, but it's not as cool. But they put out good screen prints. They're always really expensive. I don't own very many Mondo. I have a few Mondo things, but they're always too expensive, so I don't really go for them. But this next one,
I can't wait to find one of those on sale. Ooh,
looks pretty. Yeah, those are don't go on sale, Marco.
Dope.
Mondo posters don't.
No. I'll find it in somebody's collection is what I mean.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Invasion of this is Attack Peter. Attack Peter does some awesome stuff. And
cool as shit.
He's way into the Godzillas and the Kaijus. But yeah, I love his art. I love his style. This is one that I would like to get, but $100, and I think it's only at the show. So it's a decent size.
I don't understand why people don't like Kaiju more.
I don't know.
Y'all talk about Seinfeld and shit. Go watch some Kaiju movies, dude, or shows, man. They used to play them on WGN. Maybe it's because you were out here too. WGN used to play that shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We used to always get that. So when you only had 4 stations, one of them was playing. One station out here played the A-Team, Kaiju. What the fuck else did they have on it? Here's and then a bunch of those old comedic movies like fucking Caddyshack and all that shit. What else did they have? It had some other shit on it, but whatever it was, WGN was the shit, man.
I ran out of Chicago. So this is going to be a poster, and it's foil. It looks kind of cool, but it's $90, and it's only available at the show. I couldn't tell on some. I couldn't tell if it was going to be some of the stuff was just at the show, or some of it was going to be online. I know the figures were online only, and the Doom poster had information, but these other things weren't very specific on where I was looking. But it's cool. I mean, on the website, the poster was kind of shiny looking, so kind of like they were moving it.
$90 seems a lot for a screen printed poster, though. I mean, a lot of the screen printed shit seems a lot. Like
Yep.
that Doom thing for 80, it should be $40, bro.
I mean, they used to be $40 like 10 years ago.
It used to be $20 10 years ago.
They keep going up and going up. But Mondo is owned by Funko now, so I mean, they got to bring them.
So then you know it's
They
a
got to
bunch
pay
of
for the
shit.
plastic in
Gotta
the
pay
landfill.
to throw it away in the fucking
Yep.
dumpster, huh? All right.
So Mattel is going to have a WWE Ultimate Edition Muhammad Ali figure. You get 2
Nice.
figures in the pack. One of him, as a boxer. One of him as a referee in WrestleMania. That's
Hey,
pretty
I like
amazing.
Perfect Strangers. Get the fuck out of here. What's wrong with you?
Bucky Bartagamoose.
Yeah, Bulky Bartaka. Absolutely.
His best role was in
He's also
Romance.
Surge. Yeah, he's Surge.
Um,
That's he used to play Beverly Hills Cop all the fucking time on WGN. All the fucking time.
So this is Mattel.
Academy
So that
also.
means you have to get a lottery. You got to go up there, get a ticket in the morning, then they announce the number, and then if your number comes up, then you can buy it for $70.
I'll be honest with you, $70. I mean, it sucks the ticket thing, but $70 is reasonable considering all the rest of the horse shit we just saw. That's well overpriced.
I would actually, if I was there, I would buy this. They may have some online if they have anything left over.
Cool.
After whatever, so you might be able to buy it, but it goes quick when they do that stuff online.
Do you know where he lived?
What's that?
You know where he lived?
No.
The great state of Michigan.
I did not know that. That's amazing.
What? Really?
I didn't know he lived here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's from the great state of Michigan.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So then we had a bunch of McFarlane announcements. These things will be at the DC booth. So you have Dark Knight Bane, and then Bank Robber Joker.
That's the Joker we want? Bank Robber Joker? That's
I mean, that mask comes off, so it switches heads. So you can put the regular Heath Ledger head on him.
He lived Cosmic. He lived out here for a very long time.
Was he from Louisville?
Yes, originally.
Gotcha. And then they also had a Nightfall Batman, and then this Sonar Vision Joker, which I'm sure will be on which might end up at Ollie's at some point as well.
I said he lived in the great state of Michigan. Oh my God. These people can't listen at all. Fucking hell. Yeah. Sonar.
Yep. And then they also
BK, scroll down on Wikipedia right now that you're looking at, and you'll see. He had a farm over there. Go ahead.
This is Dread Lantern and the Page Punchers Mr. Freeze. Yay. And then here is 85th Anniversary Superman. Can you please look at this figure?
Why are we doing this?
This is the 85th. On the left, you will see the 85th Anniversary logo, which was put out by DC. So McFarlane has made a figure to represent that.
Wait, what? What the fuck is it?
That's
not blood. He just put red.
Yeah.
What?
I
don't
know.
This? What are we doing?
I don't know. And literally, some of the comments I read on these posts were, "Why do you hate Superman?" To McFarlane.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but I would never disrespect the dude like this shit.
It's terrible.
The fuck is the hair?
I don't get it.
What the fuck is any of this?
It's so bad.
Somebody explain this in the chat. Please tell me what you think, if anybody thinks this is anything
besides garbage.
Yeah.
It needs to be with Funko landfill. Okay, so Super 7 had some cool stuff. So they put out a 12-inch Optimus Prime in the Shogun style, and then the Megatron. This is a special goodbye Megatron. Like, so his chest plate comes off. It's like from the original Transformers the movie. Figure did this as well, and it's there was no price on it, but the Optimus Prime was $350, which is why I don't own it. So this is probably going to be around that price. It's just a giant figure, and I don't know, Super 7.
Why?
So I'm guessing it's going to be around that much money as well.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. The plain regular Optimus Prime is $350. I would love to put that next to Godzilla as a Shogun, but I can't spend that much money on that.
Does he transform?
Nope.
You're gonna buy a Transformer that doesn't transform for $350.
Well, that's the first thing. I don't buy Transformers that don't transform.
Why the hey Jeffrey? Why would you call a Transformer if it Cosmic One? Once again, he lived in Michigan. I didn't say he was born when he was a little kid. I said he lived for a long time in Michigan. Jesus. Why would you buy a Transformer Cosmic is making about as much sense as you are with a Transformer for $350 that does not transform.
That don't make no sense.
I'm telling you, it doesn't make any sense. Who buys this?
I'm reporting the news.
No, I'm asking you, who the fuck buys this?
I don't know. Somebody's buying it because they keep making them.
There's no way anybody's buying this.
I don't know. Somebody. I think.
Bro, there's no way. This is the thing that stupefies me, Dub, to no end. You know, when Star Wars had a little thing, I said, hey, you know what the price on that? I'm not going because I don't cosplay and shit. And you know a guy that went to there 4 times. So the people that love that shit are going to pay for it, right? No matter what it was. No matter what everybody said it was, it's booked from day one to the end day where it's coming up.
Yeah, and now it's sold out all over.
Yeah, sold out. It was sold out for the majority of the time period there. And then everybody's yelling that's too expensive. But somehow we got a $300 fucking Transformer, $350. Sorry,
it's probably more because the regular one's $350.
Oh, so it's gonna be like $400.
I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing it's
$425. What the fuck? I can't believe I'm even saying this. $425 for a Transformer that does not fucking transform, and people will buy this shit. Get out of here.
I don't know what to tell you. Onto something nicer.
No common sense, Joe.
Super 7 is also putting out a Godzilla. This is about 7-inch scale. And it comes with extra hands.
Holy shit, this guy transforms.
I don't think he transforms.
Well, he transforms to a different tail and a different head and different fucking hands.
There's extra pieces. Yes, that's true. More than the Megatron does.
How much is this thing going to be?
There was no price on the Super 7 stuff, so I don't have any info. A lot of these things did not have prices.
Yeah.
And that was our weekly update.
I'm fucking mind blown by that stupidity, bro. I'm just mind blown by it.
So just so you know, that's not the only Transformers.
That was kind of cool. It came with a person's hand. Yeah. What's that?
The Transformers have there's companies that make the robots of the Transformers that are super ultra posable that don't transform. I've seen them, and I don't get them, but I've seen them.
What's up, Rob? Rob says they're probably only $60 for the Godzilla.
That makes
probably
sense.
60 what? That's not bad.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Oh my god, what are we? We're getting Wikipedia list explanations now. Good lord, chat. Anyways, let's get into comics before the chat completely. Was that it with the weekly update? Good job.
We got the weekly update. Yeah.
See, Pete slows us down with this fucking news thing. We usually were an hour and 20 minutes into fucking news, so let's get to set. All right, here we go. I put this one on for you. Here we're reviewing some weird ass comics this week. We're reviewing Stranger Things versus the Turtles. I watched one season of Stranger Things. I haven't read a turtle book in a while.
Oh, you didn't do the thing.
What thing?
Don't we have a thing for that?
For what?
For the comics?
Oh, for the intro? I think we might. Pete had tell you this, when people say they get all mad at me because I don't watch their shows, I didn't even know we had a thing for that because I don't watch this fucking show. So what the fuck? What the fuck? How can you be mad at me? You can't be mad at me. I'm too pretty to be mad at. All right. Jesus, thank you, Doug. Stranger, do we run that every week?
Yep.
Shit, did we run your news thing this week?
Yep.
Oh hell. All right, good shit. All right. Turtles. We did it. We did run your news thing this week?
We ran it, yeah.
Oh, excellent. Good. I'm glad we're on top of that. Turtles and Stranger Things crossover. I will tell you this. I'm not a huge fan of crossovers anyways, but I know that you love these two things, Dub, and I wanted somebody else to read comics for a week. So I don't know. I put this here. and I was fucking just yeah. So Stranger Things kids are going to New York. They do like look down a pothole or whatever, and they're doing their whole Stranger thing. But it's weird because that kid too. That kid's face I hate also. But like they didn't draw him that well. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, they never draw the Stranger Things comics that well.
Oh man, it was fucking horrible. Then all of a sudden they like
which kid? What do you not hate?
the one with the face that sucks.
That could be like 6 of people on that.
No. The kid with the headband's fine. The kid with the fucking no teeth is fine. The little 6 kid's fine. It's the one kid. The one kid that's face just sucks.
The one in the top right corner.
Where is he? He's right here. Right here in the jacket, the white jacket.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's Will.
Yeah, that's him. That's exactly who it is. Then they have so they're like, we missed the train, so let's just heard a noise, let's go down and investigate. And all of a sudden they have a crossover between the little things from the underneath or the upside down and the little turtle robot like bad things. So that's kind of
Mousers?
Crossover. Yeah, Mousers. So that's kind of a crossover. And then all of a sudden the old school turtles come out and just start whooping ass. They actually look badass. I like this panel. This was kind of cool. And then they're like, yo, dude, y'all be cool. And they're like, we're cool. And they're like, wait, these aren't the fucking things that we're used for. And then she uses some dude shows up and just decides to, bro, you can't be drawing that person like that. Yo, I ain't gonna say anything, but go look at the book and look at the bottom panel and you look at the the lower torso of the person. All right. Anyways, so then she uses the power. I think that's supposed to be a she. She uses the power to stop it. And they're like, oh, cool. Let's go to our lair. They go lair. Oh, guess who shows up? Splinter. Splinter's like, what's up? And they're like, what's up? And they're like, what's up? And it's like, okay. They're like, Rat the Talks. Yeah. We got that joke already. I don't think this plays so well. Like Stranger Things' whole gimmick is kind of like built on nostalgia, right? And references and like Easter eggs. When it's right in your face, it just did not seem to play that well. But they start talking about it and they say, hey, look, it's the upside down or it's the right side up. We don't know. You know, whatever. Nobody cares what you have to say, dude. They just want to punch you in the face. And then all of a sudden they put a little thing on 6 and she's like, what? And she sees Baxter. For those that don't know, this is Baxter now. You know, the guy that used to be the bug guy. He's different now. And he's scratching stuff down. They're like, oh, wait, he's not in prison. And she takes off the blindfold and they're like, okay, we got to split up into 2 teams, which fine. One to go after Baxter, one to go after the Mousers that are not Mousers anymore. They're the combo thing. And then all of a sudden, of course, there's Baxter with a whole team of Foot Clan soldiers and the end of the story. What'd you think of it, Dub? As a fan of both.
So I am also a fan of Batman the Animated Series and Ninja Turtles. And I also did not like that. I got made fun of like a couple weeks ago. We talked about that. And my buddy like texted in our group chat, and he's like, Dub, how come you didn't like that Turtles and Batman crossover? It was drawn so well. It was so good. And like I'm like, man, it's just not a good idea. Like,
yeah, it's just not
a good idea.
This isn't a good idea. It does not play well.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Why they own both properties, I guess. So like that's why they do it.
No, they don't. They don't. This is a Dark Horse IDW crossover, my friend. Dark Horse has the rights to Stranger Things. See, look, IDW Dark Horse crossover, which is even worse of an idea. Because out of all the things Dark Horse and all the things IDW, whatever. Yeah.
I don't know.
Take one of your top IDW properties and cross it over with them. Yeah, I don't know. Truly disappointed. It was not that good. The Saturday morning cartoon stuff I like that IDW does. I think that's a great idea, but
yeah, that's good. That's good, but it's just the one property. You're not.
No, they did IDW with GI Joe. They did the GI Joe ones. They did the.
No, I understand, but they're not crossing it over with Stranger Things. They're not crossing it over with.
I agree.
Stuff, so.
Well, I think they should try to get more Saturday morning cartoon type stuff and do that. Like a little He-Man or something. TMNT and Predator, right? I know. Bat TNT cartoon was all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the cartoon is one thing, but like I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't know. And by the way, you know what? It's already poorly done. But then the art and it's kind of half-assed too and shit. So like you're not making it better. Like you can make, to be honest, with comic books, I don't mind reading them even if they're kind of shit, if the art's okay, or if the art's shit, if the writing's okay. But you can't have fucking both be dog shit like this. Like it's just dog shit and a bad idea. I mean, the fucking concept's stupid.
Yeah, because with the turtles, I actually bought some covers for and it was because the cover for the art when Boom and Turtles did the crossover with Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Like they had some great. Frizen did like an April O'Neil cover, and
yeah.
I thought some of that stuff was fantastic. That was good stuff, but like this art was just not good.
It was not good. All right. Next up, and if anybody knows me, they know that I love all the apocalyptic stuff, especially with X-Men, and they did an X-Men Days of Future Past Doomsday, which I'm a sucker for, so I fucking read it and bought it because I don't know why. Well, because I just like that type of shit. And this, I know this isn't for everybody, but this was for me. It was kind of cool. They did kind of Days of Future Past, but they also did Deadly Genesis in this. They did a bunch of different storylines. Like right here where Banshee gets fucking destroyed right off the bat. And then so Katie Pride is married to Colossus and they have fucking 2 kids. Archangel gets ripped the fuck apart. Take the 2 chicken wings and rip them apart. The Sentinel just goes, ah! That's kind of fucking cool. Oh, by the way, Cyclops, that bitch boy, doesn't have any eyes anymore. Just fucking holes in his head. That's how they introduce you to him. Katie Pride's and Colossus's kids are like, yo, fuck this. They just threw Cyclops through a spike shrunk. Which, yeah, whatever, dude. I can't even do nothing. He's trying to shoot a gun. Look at how he's a blind dude trying to shoot a gun. The fuck? Shut everywhere. Can't see shit. So the kids get all pissed off and they're like, we're going to fuck this thing up. And Katie's like, no. And then Rasputin's like, yo, dude, I got to go out there and, oh, shit. That thing just blew our fucking kids up and their heads are on fire. And Katie's crying, but for some reason it's not blowing Katie up. So then she goes back to try to tell the story, Days of Future Past. And they do add a couple elements into Days of Future Past. Some of the old stuff that they did before, like the genesis of it, they did a split up where the Defenders are one side. And it's like, see, like when they do these back teams, like they did like, what was it? Dark Reign? Was that what it was when they did the Dark X-Men and all that shit, Dark Avengers and shit like that? Okay, I can dig that, whatever. But you see Franklin there. You see, I love Rachel Summers. I love her. And she just butchers this dude in half. Yeah, I know, right, Joe? And he gets killed real quick. But then they did like Civil War type stuff. Do you remember leading up to Civil War when they had Nitro blow the fuck up? And that started off like the whole thing for Civil War? Well, that's what happened. Okay, because you don't read comics. Okay, but that's what happens.
I wasn't reading comics at that time, no.
So anyways, they do it again, but this time, instead of it being like the was it New Mutants? What was the team? It wasn't New Mutants, was it? No. It was the team with Night Thrasher and shit on it. What were they used to be called?
New Warriors?
Whatever. Yeah, New Warriors. The New Warriors, instead of doing New Warriors, they did like a fake Cap. They did the Defenders, and they had Nitro on the Defenders, and then just blew it up. He wasn't doing a social media thing or whatever, but whatever. Blew up a bunch of people. Slop Angel died. Archangel would have would have lived, I think is what he means.
Yeah.
And then the board becomes, Task, but Kingpin's there for some reason. And so is Valerie Cooper. And they're like, yeah, we set this whole thing up in Stanford, which is a reference once again back to the pre-Civil War stuff for those people that have read Marvel for a very long time, or at least since 80 or 2006. So, and then this is fucked up too. So Spider-Man comes down to New York Spider-Man, and of course he's in the shithole that is New York. And he's like, hey guys, let's all just calm down a little bit. And these D-bags just start throwing rocks at him, bash him up. They eventually end up killing Spider-Man. So that's cool. Yeah, there you go. Back in Westchester, then they do the Professor X thing where they're doing the thing where they're like, hey, we can't let this happen because it's going to lead to Days of Future. Yeah. So we got to stop Magneto. And Magneto's got all the bombs, but this time Magneto gets away and he's like, oh, I'm going to blow all this shit up. In the meantime, Phoenix goes and kills Mindmaster, just like whooshes his ass because he fucked around in her head. Instead of like him just doing whatever, she blows him the fuck up. When she blows him the fuck up, though, it like causes it's like an automatic trigger. It's like a trigger thing. So it triggers off all the nukes, which didn't really happen originally, but this is what's happening now because it's another storyline. And then all of a sudden she's like, you phase out here with Kitty, Scott, and I'll save you. But she didn't save him. She blew the fuck up. And that's how Cyclops lost his fucking eyes because it just burned in his sockets and they had radiation in his eyes. But I thought his eyes were radiated anyhow. I don't fucking know because who cares about Cyclops? Plane blows up. Katie probably was the only one that survived. To be continued. I'll probably go read the next one because I like this shit.
So that was a flashback.
Yeah, this was a flashback of all this, where they got to that point where her kids were fighting shit.
Okay.
All right. Raise above all the hate. Here we go. This is the catch of the night. Last night caught this fucking 21-inch smallmouth hog. Look at the size of this thing. God damn, that I had to use a flash because it was getting dark out there on a top loader. Threw it in one time, hit that bitch, pulled it in, took a little bit, loved it. Great fish. What a beautiful fish. Threw it back in. There you go. Next up. Hey, look, Pete's not here. I'm going to keep doing fishing videos. So, Dawn of DC. He's out playing comedy night with the boys. So, what the fuck ever. Dawn of DC Night Terrors. I got to say, listen here. If you don't like DC never does great events. But every once in a while, they have that mediocre event that is just good enough. You know what I mean? It's like, like my wife makes a fucking wonderful key lime pie. She does all this shit. It's great. But every once in a while, I go to Trader Joe's, get one of them broke ass key lime pies. It ain't as good as that, but it's good enough. And this series right here, Night Terror, is fucking just good enough, dude. So if you don't read DC, read this event. It's pretty solid. We like the pre one going into it. I thought that was a good one last week. We are going to read the main title. They actually have a Zatanna title. It's pretty good. I didn't read the Flash one, but let's get into the main title. Starts off with Deadman. Here we go. Deadman gives the background story for those people that don't know anything about Deadman. Kind of talks about how he was in the circus and he was, whatever, going really hard, and then somebody shot him. We got the end of that story. We all know how that happens. If it doesn't, go back and read Deadman. Neil Adams isn't the best, but be honest, that's probably his best work. So there you go. So we got the Insomnia. This is the guy with the chest out, showing off his abs and the little thing. He kind of is he's looking for the Nightmare Stone, and he's infecting all these people pretty much. He's done it before, and kind of to Batman. Deadman then swooped in and took over Batman. And Insomnia is like, yeah, I'm going to find the Death Stone, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, the fuck you are? And he's like, I am the god of nightmares. And he's like, dude, you're no god. I'm going to go in your head and see what you're really about. Oh, by the way, he sent all these doctors at him because they're in the asylum right now. And Deadman goes into the Insomnia's head. And he's like, oh, shit. He's like, okay, let's see what you're at. Oh, you used to be a patient here? And then you kind of got these powers and you killed off the guy that had the Death Stone, but you can't find him. I think I know where I can find the original stone. He's like, get out of my head. And then all of a sudden, Deadman's like, oh, fucking Batman's not going to like this. I'm about to jump out a window. But this is actually kind of a joke, I think, because I think what he's talking about wasn't just taking over the body of Batman, but also he took over the Batcar and started booming around, which is kind of fucking cool. But Insomnia's like, Batcar. It's just a car. It's not the home wheel. All right. And then after that, Insomnia's like, oh, shit, I'm going back into the nightmare realm. So all you people that I have infect other people and kill everybody that isn't going to be there. Deadman gives this little speech. He's like, yo, kind of sucks because it's the whole universe. I thought it was just like an asylum or maybe even Gotham City, but it turns out it's everywhere. But there are like red tornadoes out there, Zatanna's out there. I don't know if the Flash is out there because I didn't, once again, read the Flash, but Green Lantern had a book out too. Didn't get to that one yet. But he's like, some of these heroes are out there doing stuff. I did read Zatanna. It's fucked up, but very good. So then all of a sudden he's like, but I know how to find the Nightmare Stone. And he goes and he grabs some of the Lazarus juice and he throws some Lazarus juice in this fucking grave. And then we know what he's doing here, right? So he's giving the gas mask. He's giving the old school gun and the hat. And he's bringing back the Sandman. But not like the Sandman like you think of the Sandman. And not the Sandman that you think is the Sandman, but the new Sandman that started in 2011. We will get into that a little bit. That actually leads us into the tier list.
That's not Wesley?
That is Wesley, but it's the second Wesley, not the first Wesley.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll explain it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right, good books. I mean, the DC, I actually like both. I like that X-Men. I know there's more well, I'll be honest, there's more popular books because I usually check that to see what was selling and what's online and everything else. There's more popular books in both series for DC and for Marvel. However, I didn't feel like reading Miles Morales. I almost read X-Force, and I like that type of X-Men, so I did. As far as independence, there's a lot more popular independence than that. However, I didn't think starting off, and I didn't want to ruin it because I don't know if you're caught up on TMNT, which was very popular this week. And to be honest, I thought it'd be kind of fun. So,
Yeah, no, I mean, picking that number 1 with the crossover was a good idea, and then same thing with the Night Terror. I mean, that's I mean, they're all number 1s, right? You picked number 1, so that's cool.
Pretty much, yeah. At least it was where we are. Dude, I'm not throwing shade at the guy. I'm saying that was his, in my opinion, that's his best. I'll give the guy a compliment. That is not BK. You're lucky I narrate these for you because I know you can't fucking read, dude. So you should just shut it. Well, we're gonna see what happens.
I don't think that's the same stone.
It's not the same stone.
That's a different stone.
No. So let's get into
there's 7 Infinity Stones.
Now that I know that we have all this stuff, I think we might actually have. Did he take it out? He took it out. We used to have an intro for this thing too. You might still have it in here someplace. No, he doesn't. But let's get into the world C-list. We'll get into C-list. We haven't done it in that long. Look at Pete taking my C-list stuff out of here. All right. C-list it is. It's not the key. These are keys, but they're not like the main keys. It is the C-list. For those people that don't know, the C-list isn't about your top tier characters. It's about fucking minor ass characters. Usually good dollar bin fodder to go and fucking hunt. Especially collect shit when you're bored. Stuff like that. Things we do at cons where we're like, hey, let's just go, hey, you know what's in this book and throw it at each other, shit like that. So here's the C-list. Since we talked about it, we're going to bring it up. The Sandman, for those that didn't know, the Sandman first showed up. The West Sandman, too, showed up at the New York World's Fair Comics. You can see him right there on the cover, fourth down. Good luck finding this fucking book. I think it was 39, 40. Wasn't 40 when they had... It was Superman was on 40. Superman and Batman were on 40, I think. But yeah, good luck on this fucking thing. But we're not talking about that one because this version of the Sandman ended in 2011. However, this one we saw last night started in 2011 or last night that we saw yesterday. Yes, technically DC came out yesterday. We just saw a couple minutes ago, but I read the book yesterday. So we saw yesterday it came out. It's actually this version of him. You can find it in the Bug. The Adventures, Volume 1, Number 1. There's actually an A and B cover to this. It's for mature readers 18 up. Plus, it's part of the Young Animal line. You can find these things for $1 or $2. And that's where his new first appearance is. So dig these up. Actually, dig up the whole series because it's not that long. But we're not just going to give you this first one. Okay, for those people that didn't know, he was the original one, and he was like this, old school detective type, do what the fuck ever, right? Wesley Dobbs. Anyways, he does have, there's another reason you should be looking for this, an even more C-type character than this motherfucker. And that is his sidekick. His sidekick is known as Sunshine Boy or Golden Pants Boy or Sandy, the Golden Pants Sunshine Boy. And he's always in very interesting poses. There was an original version of him too, back in the Golden Age, but they've got this new version. You see him on the cover of number 2. There's 2 covers to this one too. He's actually there on the cover on the other side too, young with a military hat on, I believe. Yeah, you can
Sandy
get
makes sense. The name Sandy makes sense. And is this Mike Allred? Like Madman guy?
It's a lot of Allreds. It's Lee All. It's a whole family of Allreds.
Oh, okay.
If you have, maybe we'll review the Bug series. I think we can get away with most of it. And so you can pick this guy up too. Another little 99-cent banger. But look for these B covers. You know what I mean? Like these are DC 2011 B covers. Yeah, or 17. Sorry, 17 B covers. So good luck with that. 16 on that one, 17 on that one. Good shit, man. Might be something interesting to find if you're just digging around in dollar bins and you're bored. Pick up a couple of these. You can have your own Golden Pants Boy yourself, or you could get the. And it looks like, to be honest with you, if you look at the storyline, it looks like they're going to do a lot with this version of Sandman. It is the version that was in the 80s that everybody sees, where it's the Sandman number 1 and all that shit. But like, I would rather go for this book because it's cheaper and fun to take for them. So there you go.
So it's a new and different version of Wesley.
Yeah, so how DC works is they have the reboots, and when they have the reboots, it's usually a different version of the original version.
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's something cheap and something good too. This one, Pete hates what I talk about because I talk about it all the time, but it is my favorite summer, brother. My man, Vulcan, Gaby McGay Bag Summer. Now, I did a little bit something different for you. I'm not only going to give you a second book in this series to hunt for that's dirt cheap, because I'll be honest with you, I think, no, I don't think, a 9.8 of the, what's his name? The guy that used to fucking run Marvel over on the left. You know what I'm talking about?
Quesada?
Quesada. The Quesada only sold for $51 in a fucking 9.8, which is a steal. I think you could get a 9.8 of the A cover, which is the one on the left, for fucking like $21. And the other cover, the Wolverine color, doesn't sell for much more either. So like all these books are cheap as shit. You can still get them even in graded in 9.8s, which I think you should. And I'll tell you why later. Well, beside him being the best Summers brother, he's way the fuck better than Cyclops. Definitely better than fucking Havoc, and it's got better taste in women too, I might add. Great books to get. But number 2, spoiler alert, we talked about already. First appearance of Darwin for 99 cents. You can get this book where Vulcan's blowing the fucking face off of what's his name, the guy, the Imperial Guard. So you can do that shit real easy. There we go. What do you want, Darwin? You know, guy's now playing a DC character.
Oh, God. Okay, right. This is the guy that played Darwin, but now he's going to play Metamorpho.
But here's something I'm going to tell you guys, because everybody always asks about this. So everybody's like, well, what do you like best about the character? And besides Deadly Genesis, which I thought was cool, you got to start reading these. You can get them in collected series, or you can pick them up. There's some cool covers. And by the way, when you're bored and you want to dig through dollar bin shit, this is the way to go to start trying to put these runs together, because War of Kings, Realm of Kings, and Annihilation have like, there are events that have 50 split offs, like Dark Hawks and fucking split off on, I think, 2 or 3 of these fucking books. You get all these characters that have the split offs. You know what I mean? Like there's like 5 different subcategories of this. But this is the funny part. Do you know what War of Kings event is? It's the event that is after Secret Invasion. It, like, Secret Invasion leads into War of Kings. Did you know that?
No.
Just like Civil War leads into Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion leads into War of Kings. War of Kings, then Realm of Kings is like the end part. It's the second part of War of Kings. Then leads into Annihilation. I'm just saying. You might want to look into some of these and read some of these storylines, because we might have some of them together. I mean, you get Guardians of the Galaxies here. You get Space, all the shit that you need out of that. You get a bunch of chicks. I know you guys like those. Look at those chicks. I mean, who poses like that? Nobody. They're for you. There you go. Get these books. Get them in trade paperbacks if you want. If you just want something good to read. I really do. I love War of Kings. And then I think it goes, War of Kings is really dope. Annihilation's really dope. And Realms is, if you're going to read those 2, you have to read Realms. So there you go. But you could definitely try to dig these up. Put a couple of the runs together. I think I'm on number 2. The Annihilation stuff, there's some sweet-ass covers that get really expensive in it, just so you know. So read Annihilations first. And then you got like the Nova covers. You got a bunch of Nova Corps shit in here. So if you like Nova stuff, there's a lot of Nova stuff. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Chef? I'm not very mature. What are you not mature about?
The mature book that you were discussing.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to be very mature to read it. It's a goofy book. But yeah, I mean, these are things that, hey, what's up? These are books, you know, when people say, well, what should we read, or what would you recommend? I really would recommend this. And Vulcan looks really cool, and it explains why the character's like badass. Like Deadly Jess is okay, but once you start getting to War Kings, you fucking sweet. And then him, Star-Lord, and Black Bolt end up, spoiler alert. Well, I can't tell you what happens with Annihilation because I don't want to spoil it, even though it's fucking, what year would that be? Is that 14? 14 or 16? So, I mean, like, almost 10 years old. Spoiler alert, either way. Another great character that we never get to talk enough about is my man, the Creeper. Now, look, these books might be $20, $50, $60 if you buy them, including Showcase 73, or the first one of Creepers. The first one of Creepers get a little love, too, like $20 book. Very nice, very nice, very nice. But there's other Creepers you could buy if you don't want to be forking over a 20. You could get the Creeper from the main universe. It turns out, very interesting, linking back to your news, Justice League International, great team there too. Not really. But this is like the Japanese version of a Creeper that's kind of like a Spirit Force Creeper that still does the mind. So if you're like, hey, listen, I love my man Jack Ryder. He's great, but I need a Jack Ryder who's who has a Japanese Spirit Force invading me. Feel free. Start reading this version of the Justice League International. That's where you can find the Creeper. And then there's a bunch of little sub creepers that come out of there too. It's like a creeper ghoul thing. If Japanese Spirit Ghost Creepers don't do it for you. The original Creeper doesn't do it for you. A little Jack Rider doesn't get out. That Rider doesn't do it. And you know what you should do? You can always go. And by the way, this is a fucking penny book. You could go out and get Beware the Creeper, but not the first one, the second volume. And then you get the female version of the Creeper, which, yeah, this actually was a fucking horrible book, but it's all right. You can definitely another 99. Creeper is great. Another 99-cent book right there. And AOA, if he's gone, we can do it. Just found it in 50-cent bin. That's what I'm talking about. Love it. Did you Showcase 73? I love Showcase 73, dude. I love the Creeper. I actually think the Creeper is the funnier version. Yeah, it is. It's a Ditko book. 100% right. Can you believe that? Look at that, dude. So much. He wanted to make the fucking Joker fucking hilarious, and he did. The Creeper's funny as shit. It really is funny because it's kind of a shit on, which is absolutely, I think, hilarious. And I think Kirby didn't take it as serious. What? Creeper has lost all meaning. No. I'm just trying to hook you up. Look, Frank loves it, dude. He just found one of these 50 cents, dude. Any shape for that for 50 cents is a good fucking book, dude. Read the Creeper. I think you'll enjoy it. Plus, he was in the cartoons and he's funny as shit in the cartoons too. So there you go. There is the C list. It's back. I would have done a more intense C list like the old days. However, Pistol Pete wasn't here, so that's all I got for you. Dub. We flew through those two things, but what we have left is the top 5. Don't be this guy.
Don't be this guy.
Don't be this fucking guy. So we are going to see if I can pull it up real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. We do a series called the Great Lakes Comic Expo. I never understood why he just doesn't call it the Comic Con and the Mini Con, but whatever.
Because mini is probably not a good definition, descriptor of a show.
Well, here's a funny thing about this. Here we go. I want to show this because you'll recognize what this picture is real quickly. Tell me, were you there last July?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe you're in this picture then. Why did I share this?
Probably. If it's the same old picture, I'm all the way in the back.
Let me see if I can see this. Don't be a Richard.
Yes.
Okay.
That's good advice.
That's really good advice. Oh, share screen. There it is. Okay, let me see this here. This is where we do need Pete. Okay. All right, here we go. Can you see or no? I gotta pull it in.
Not yet.
I got it. Marcovision's gotta put it in. Hold on, give me a sec. There we go. Can you see now? Yep. You see this? Hey, there's Raj right there.
There's Roger, yeah.
There's a guy missing. Was this guy missing an ear? Was that last year?
Oh, I don't know.
Where would you be from this picture? Because I know where I am. I'm against the wall over to the left.
So either straight ahead all the way in the back.
You're straight ahead. I see you right there, Dub.
Yep.
I see you right there.
That was
the
first or second. I did the first two on that back wall.
Oh yeah. There's the Dub. There's the Dubster.
Remember, because that guy was trading books with me and stuff, and I had to come over and take a look at him and stuff.
Oh, I see Seance too. Look at that.
Yeah, she's in there.
Right there. I don't know if you can see my thing, but yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tiny on the screen.
Look at this bullshit over here to the right. Sean's like, no, I had to go. Oh, he's like, I never get time to dig. I got him red-handed digging right there. This is pretty big. So this is the show we're gonna do. Actually, look at how busy it is. It's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
Brad from Bad Comics. He's got all his good stuff there. Nice. Anyways, so we're gonna do this show here. Stop sharing this, I guess. Let's pull that down. But when it came up to that, we used to do other top 5s. We're gonna do top 5. Yeah, that is a great photo hunt. That is really a great photo hunt. And he was, yeah. So here we go. We're gonna do top 5. Load in. Don't be that guys. I don't know how we can explain it, but it's don't be this asshole.
So for those of you who don't do shows, everybody goes.
Wait for us to show you inside it. Yeah.
So when they're set up at a show, normally it's at least a couple hours, but depending on the size of the show. You like the big shows, you get a whole day before the show. But for the show like this, it's a one-day show, so they open the doors to dealers technically at 8:00 in the morning. and the show opens at 10. So we have 2 hours to get everything in, get it all set up, and get ready to go before they open the doors at 10. So literally every dealer is busting their butts trying to get all your stuff in. Everybody's got their own carts, everybody's got boxes, everybody's got their vehicles, and you're going back and forth depending on how many trips it takes you to get all your stuff in and get your table set up. A lot of guys. Go ahead.
What sucks about this one is, and the first one's going to apply. I put 2 applications on because sometimes it is, and I did for some bigger shows and for not. But this one, the door system is there's 2 doors. You go in the main doors to load in, and you go out the main door. There's no big wheelies up, but you see that at certain places. There's plenty of places that don't. There's not like delivery areas that are accessible for you.
Right? So. Yeah. We can't get into There's no dock. There's no loading area. There's nothing. It's just the main doors to the place. So we get in. The same doors that the customers come in. So
here's number one rule, and this applies to you if you have a docking bay or not. If you are the first dude, no clogs, don't clog the hole. That means, look, if you got to take a shit, don't fucking put your fucking truck in the first spot right there in front of the door and then run in and take a shit. If you're in the first spot, get your shit off the vehicle. In the doors, out the doors, whatever you got to do, and move the fuck on, dude. If you got to take a shit, drop your shit on your site, go take a shit then. If you waited that long, because first, let's be real. First guy in line, how long have you been waiting?
I mean, you could be there an hour. You could be there an hour.
You could be there 6 hours. You could be there 6 hours. You've had enough time to go take a shit someplace, okay? You just leave your vehicle, take a shit. Go, come on. Get out of here with that nonsense. Don't clog it up. And then, Sean brought up a good point. And don't be the guy that's got a big old fucking thing and you block the whole door and there's a guy behind you that's got one thing in his hand and he's trying to go, but you're fucking blocking the whole thing and you won't let him go first. Let the guy with one thing go first. If he just got one thing he's finishing up already, just let him get in there, scooch around, because this guy that's blocking the hole is going to say hi to everybody. His books or fucking toys are going to be falling all over shit. Hey, it's happened to me before too. I'm not going to say I haven't knocked something off my own fucking cart when I overloaded too much. I get that. But if there's one dude trying to scoot in front of you, don't cut him off. Let the one guy just go. Like, be courteous. Let him go in front of you. He might actually go in front of you, then grab the front of your cart and help you so you don't spill your shit everywhere. I've seen that happen where you cut somebody off, they spill their shit everywhere. I just go, fuck it, man. I ain't got no help, no hands for you, dude. I'll be stepping over.
This is the guy with the big truck or the big trailer, or he rented a U-Haul for the day, and he's blocking, so everybody else has to go around to try to get. There's like going to be one ramp the sidewalk. Like there's a parking lot, then the sidewalk. So every time there's a sidewalk, there's the accessible ramp where you can take your cart up the little ramp to get out to the level of the sidewalk. And this guy's blocking, and you got to go all the way around his truck to get to the sidewalk to take your cart up.
Yeah,
it's like,
stop clogging the holes, man. Yeah, you would like if somebody did to you, don't do it to them. Be courteous.
Like everybody's just, there's so many of those guys that are just like me first. And we're talking about these guys, and just want to throw a disclaimer out there that these are not the norm. There's a lot of guys there who are courteous, who will take care of each other.
This is probably 5%. These are probably 5%.
Yeah. Maybe 5.
Maybe even less.
I don't know. It's at least 5, maybe.
No, I can name 3. Grants for Lamps does it every time.
Yeah, so they're out there. It's not most, but there's definitely a small percentage
every time at every different time.
They don't care, and they don't.
I don't care. I'll throw them out there because they do. They take up. They'll take their fucking thing. They'll have one because they got 5 fucking people there. 3 of them are on rascals. They'll have, but somehow they're the first one to their vehicle, and even on loadout, they'll fucking throw that shit. Double park that fucking thing in front of everything, dude. Fucking.
Well, they can do that because nobody else will do that because no one else is.
Because people are still selling shit, working, and extra kind of courteous,
and they're trying to leave. Yeah.
Keep your shit off your neighbor's lawn. Okay, this is if you accidentally put your bag down on somebody else's table, or maybe like you have something in front of their spot or whatever, that's one thing. If you get in before somebody and you build your shit into your neighbor, like where your lines are. Don't be building 2 feet into somebody's shit. Don't be taking all your shit just because they're not there. They might be 20. They might be 2 in line behind you. You don't know when they're coming in. And you got all your shit in their area on their fucking tables. You got your Coca-Cola sitting in your fucking chair. Your French fries from your McDonald's fest are all over their shit. You got toys fucking in your, whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just stick in your area. If you got so much shit that you can't put in your area, or you got to move something around real quickly, that's fine. But like, there's guys that will use other people's spots like it's their spots for hours on ends, or they'll just encroach on the fucking spot. Don't do that, man. That's a dick fucking move. That's just because you got there first doesn't mean you own it. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Pick up your own shit. Get it off my lawn. There we go. Rule right, Dub?
100%. Like there's you covered all of it. Like
that's one way where I'm gonna be kicking your fucking wall on accident.
Yeah.
You know that happens.
I've done things before, like, you know, before somebody gets there, I've set my bag down on their table or my drink down on their table. But the second somebody else walks in, my stuff is gone.
Off it. Yeah.
Immediate. Hey, sorry about that. Let me grab my stuff. How you doing? You know,
I'm so and so. Nice to meet you. My bad.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Yep. Yeah, exactly. The second they walk in, it's gone.
Yeah, don't make them ask you to move your shit off their table.
No way. It's my job. I put it there. It's my job to make sure it's not there.
Yeah,
when they get in.
All right. This is actually for only one fucking person. I've only seen this happen one fucking time, but it got so bad. One of the nicest dealers of all time, the way he got pissed off was because of this. Don't pop off tops. Don't do it. If you're in there early and you're setting up and there's somebody else and they're either not at their booth or you don't, even if you know them and their tops are on top of their comic book boxes or on top of their toys, don't pop the top, bro. Ask them first. It's not hard to say it's, hey, so-and-so, or even, hey, I'm so-and-so. Do you mind if I do this real quick? Do that first. Do not go in somebody else's boxes because you don't know if they just put stuff in that box and they're taking it out and moving it someplace else because they're trying to be more relevant for load in. That did happen. There was a guy one time and he had a couple dollar boxes and there's a box next to it and he just put it on the table, sat it down, and a guy went in and just started grabbing stack loads. Well, they were like $30, $40, and $50 books. The dude's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'll give you, these are dollar books. And he's like, no, they're not. He's like, the sign right here says dollar. He goes, they're not dollar books. I didn't tell you could go into things. Those books are $100 a piece if you want any of them. And he's like, no, they're $1, so I'm going to buy them from you. And the dude's like, no, you're going to fucking leave now. And it pissed the guy off. The guy's the nicest guy too. It pissed him off for the whole day. So then deals were kind of down that day too. So you're not just fucking yourself. You're fucking everybody. Do not touch somebody else's shit unless they tell you it's okay. If their tops are already popped open or if there's 4 or 5 guys in it, that's a different story. But like, don't walk up to somebody's shit, just open their stuff up and think you're going to dig through their shit and have a good day. Like, fuck off. That you won't. I mean, that guy's not allowed to even fucking look at my booth anymore. So I don't. But it wasn't me that happened to. So yeah, don't pop people's tops, but don't do it.
Yeah, lids don't come off until I'm ready to open, and usually I'm not ready to open that stuff until people are walking in the door. And that's when my lids come off because I'm not ready for it. I got to get my wall set up. I got too much to do. A lot of times I'm by myself. Even if the wife's with me, she's setting up her stuff. So like we're not watching anything. I don't want to have to watch. I don't have to stop what I'm doing to watch you, to talk to you. To I'm not ready. Like
plus a lot of my dealer to dealer deals are done before I get in. I know some people do them on the floor, but I usually take care of them before because I don't want all that nonsense. You know what I mean? I just want to price some shit because I'm not gonna have all my shit priced. I'm gonna be pricing shit through the whole fucking the whole time I'm there. I'm gonna be pricing shit. So like, it's very rude to do that. If you've ever had it where somebody was kind of a dick to you, even if they sold it to you and you think it's good, like it's not good to do that. I mean, you gotta be kind of nice how you do it too, even with friends. I don't typically do that. But. All right, don't block the fucking aisles. What the fuck? It's one thing when you're putting your bag on your neighbor's shit, and you know this, Dub, too. This is a very low percentage of people, but there's always one. They got shit all over. They got a pulley cart like this. There's 3 or 4 things on it in the middle of the fucking thing. They've got boxes on the ground. They've got their own fucking cart someplace else. They've pulled their 2 tables out into the middle of the fucking floor, and you can't move anywhere. You can't fucking go. You're turned down the aisle. For you to move your shit back out the aisle and go around them is going to be a pain in the fucking dick. Don't take up the entire fucking aisle.
You saw those aisles in that show. That aisle is not, it's not a giant aisle. They're like one cart and a couple tubs. The aisle is blocked. You can't be taking up all that space for anything. Like,
and this is kind of why the pop the top thing works with it, right? Yeah. Because a lot of times the most courteous people will throw their shit off without even going through it, to move their cart out of the way so that the next person can come through while they start straightening up their shit. No. But yeah, dude, this is the one that fucking pisses me off. And I hate this fucking, these are 4 build-ins, But when I'm leaving, I'm gonna just run your shit over, dude. At that point, I'm kicking it. I'm pushing it out of the way. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't care, AOA. I got a foot for a reason. God gave me 2 good foot. 1 foot for walking, 1 foot for kicking. Don't get the kicking foot. All right. What do we got next? Oh, this is the last one. Just because you're late, do not come into that bitch like a bull in a china shop. Dub, you know what I'm saying here?
100%.
This guy. Holy shit.
You need to calm down. Take a deep breath and bring your stuff in. We get it, you're late. Maybe you should have set your alarm. Maybe you shouldn't have stayed out so late last night. I don't care what you did. It's your emergency is not my problem. You need to relax. You need to bring your stuff in. I'll get out of your way and I'll make sure you got room to get there. Don't be bumping into my stuff. Don't be knocking
wall.
stuff over. Don't go anywhere near my wall.
How many walls have we saw fall over because of bulls in China shop? Some jackass coming in late, fucking throwing shit around. Oh, God, traffic. This lady, fucking McDonald's line. My fucking finger was stuck up my nose. Like, what the fuck ever. I don't give a shit what your problems are. I'll be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, when I show up to a show, I still show up at 6, 8, whatever the time is in the morning, and I'm hung as fuck over. I might still be drunk at that point. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm dealing with that shit, and I have been dealing with it for hours. You show up and just start knocking into shit, dude. Oh man, that's in the wall. The bull in the China shop. That's how you get not invited back to a fucking con. You come in like a bull in the China shop. You knock over somebody's wall. You're gonna get asked to not come back, dude. And that's the rest of them. They'll kind of ask you nicely or be polite. Well, popping tops they aren't, but like the rest of those things, you buck an aisle. They'll let that shit go. They'll let that shit go. You clog up the fucking toilet. They'll let that shit go. Clog up the ways. That's okay. But you come in like a bull in China shop, start knocking shit over. What's up, Mike? You keep doing that shit, and they will fucking. That's your first and last invite. You will be excommunicado, as they say. They'll take you out John Wick style.
Yeah, not okay.
Dude.
Never okay.
Dude.
The wall's knocked over. The time when you hear a wall being knocked over, sometimes it's the guy's fault that's doing it because he doesn't know what he's doing. But a lot of times it's somebody else that knocked it over. Yeah,
I mean, Harley. Dude, that dude's wall. For those people that don't know, Harley, he has huge books. Like he really big. He's really big. And his books on his wall, like they're impressive. Like 10,000 here, 20. And I'm not talking like the hot. I'm talking. He's got Golden Age, Silver Age. He's got that's where he plays all the time.
He doesn't have last week's 1 in 25 variant on his wall.
Yeah, he don't fuck around with that. No. And 3 cons in a row, his wall fucking fell. And by the way, Harley, it takes him almost the entire con to set his wall up. He would just fucking I'll put this book up. And I love death. I make fun of him all the time because he's always eating those mini donuts. He's a good guy to laugh around with. He always lets us check out whatever or shows us new books. We go back and forth a lot, but holy shit, man. Like, I can't believe, and I think some people stole books that 1 year, 2 years ago, or 2 years ago before the kicking the guy, because that wall fell sideways and slabs started skidding 3 fucking things down, dude. That was ridiculous. So, most valuable damage. That's it. Oh, at a con or him doing himself. So God rest Roger, but we were at one of these Great Lakes cons and somebody came in with a bull in China shop. And actually, that's how I got this fucking book over here. He was just so pissed about it. He's like, Marco, why don't you just have this book? Where is it? Somewhere around here. I got a slab around here they gave me. And it probably, the most I've ever seen was Harley's. Well, which year was it? Harley's 3 falls by far. That was that Walking Dead 9.8 that he had that shifted and it split in the fucking well. I saw that happen. Yeah. This is a couple of years ago. So, the damage that Harley took probably was, I didn't see all the books, but he had at least half of the wall fall. And because of the damage of the books that I saw We're talking about splitting. We're talking about a whole bunch of shit. The books I saw, if you exponentiate that over the rest, he probably took $30,000 to $40,000 in damage loss on those books. Roger took about $5,000 the day that the one guy came in and the guy came in, threw up his fucking wall, and his wall went backwards and fucking because Rogers were on A-frame wood like this, right?
Yeah.
It's like this A-frame wood and then straight up. Maybe we could show you again. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of his wall because his wall's right there. Okay, let me see if I can show this again. Hold on. What happened to Dub? Dub got knocked out. Okay. And his A-frame walls. Dub, did you die? Okay. We'll see Dub in a minute. Yeah. Share screen. Which screen is this again? Yeah, Dub. I don't know what happened to you. Did I
don't know. No, I did it on accident. My fault.
Okay, hold on. So, could you pull that screen up? Could you pull that share up? I'll do it. So if you look right here, the guy with the white hair, do you see how there's like a backing on it? I don't know if you guys can see it, but his stand up like an A-frame like this. Like here's the front part, here's the back part. The boards behind him, not this guy. That's why. So Raj would only have like us and somebody else and another guy next to him because after the show that was the year before this, somebody threw up kind of like the one across from him. See where the guy's got his hands on his hips? There's an old man there, black gloves behind that. A guy threw up one that was on a slant like this. His sits on an A-frame. He slammed it, and when he slammed it, it cut the A-frame down, folded it up, and went fucking forward. And he had slabs and books on there, and those fuckers tanked. And God bless. See, this is why I miss Roger. God bless him. Because I don't give a shit about the money, and I know Roger didn't either, but just how the guy was, I would have rang him up, dude. Just rang him the fuck up because of what he did. Like, that's a fucking no-no, dude. It's one thing if it accidentally happens, you accidentally kick my shit, you accidentally whatever. Roger also said when he was coming in, he's like, hey, man, could you be careful? Because he bumped it a couple times already. And then when the dude flipped it, because I think he lost control of it, that thing slammed right into it, knocked the fucking wall. I think it had to be 20 slabs and then probably another like 30 non-slabs that fucking fell. And he didn't have cheap books. You know what I mean? I think he had an ASM run, not one, but I think it was like, I think he had that ASM run that was like, you know, it's 15 was up there, 129, 50, like that type of shit. Shit at 50 and after, you know, the keys at 50, between 50 and 300, probably right there. I think he had those keys pulled out and were up there because he had just gotten that ASM run at the time. And those hit the ground, bro. And they were in bag and board. How do you think that fucking turned out? How much and he puts it at the top rail, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rails. I mean, you're talking about it's like 8 feet high. The books in bag and board fell 8 feet high. What do you think the damage on that shit is? And his shit's minty. So, you know, yeah. No, you know what? I mean, God bless Roger. Once again, we're gonna miss him, but because I looked over because I was right next to him. So I was like, "What's up, Raj?" And he was like, "Oh, you know, I kind of was telling you to, you know, just if you could be a little bit more careful." I'm like, "Be a little more fucking careful." Like, you know me, Dub. Like, be a little bit more fucking careful. What the fuck, Raj? I was all I was all about it, but he was like, "No, it's okay. It happens. It's okay. It happens."
I'm not trying. I mean, may he rest in peace, Roger. But his attitude when it came to stuff like that was straight up like Ned Flanders. I mean, he looked like Ned Flanders a little bit. His brother would always call him Ned Flanders, and then he would just nice, like he was like so.
You could tell after he turned around, you could tell he was steaming. But I was like,
absolutely. But the way he's going to talk to the guy is not
how he talked to him. He talked to him like, okay, yeah, it's okay, yeah, just no, don't worry about it. No, yeah, maybe the books got damaged a little bit. I'm like, a little bit. That fucking, I gotta get that fucking slab. Where is it? The slab has a fucking, it's cracked. The fucking thing's cracked, dude.
Does that guy still do shows? Who was over there? I don't even know who that was.
He can't. No.
Okay.
He doesn't do fucking shows. No, it's not this show. It was a different show. No, and that's not his wall there too. No, this was probably 2017 or 18, somewhere around there. Yeah, no, fuck no. And dude. Yeah, I mean that's just some bullshit. That's some bullshit. So don't be. I mean, don't do that. That just fucking that sucks. Anyways, yeah, I'm Jeffrey. I'm dude. I, I'll tell you, we weren't happy about it. And then we grabbed some tape and we kind of taped his because we taped the back. We did some stuff. We gave him some stuff and we helped it out. We did like a tape down and a lockdown thing, so that kind of held it up a little bit. But I mean, you could tell he was a little he just got those ASMs in too, and
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
not. Yeah, I wouldn't be it. Let's see if there's anything else going on with this con real quickly. I don't think they're going to tell you anything else about it, but let's see.
No, there's no guests or anything anymore because he sells, it's dealer space. I know there's going to be more dealers at this one. Oh, look at that. So, first appearance of Lobo.
Lobo it is. Yeah, they do a lot of good giveaways.
Yeah.
Oh, Secret Invasion, the whole set. Okay. All right. Some more Secret Invasion. Okay. Yeah, front line. Yeah. Little Punisher War Journals. Okay. Yeah, it's the fourth prize. Ooh, fifth prize is your. Hey, it's not even the poster; it's the actual book.
Yeah.
All right.
We got a couple of those.
Hey, some Flash stuff. Ooh.
Oh,
1987, nice. 2006, 2010. All right, there we go. Well, we got some good stuff going on. Should be fun. It's always a good show. I mean, to get to packed as to have. I mean, that's usually the steady crowd that they had a picture of there too. So it's pretty good. Hopefully, we have another good one. We'll see what comics are like. This is a medium, it's a medium small show, so it should. We'll see what. I don't know. I'm gonna bring a bunch of different shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do this. Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna bring. I haven't even started getting ready for you. I know you probably already have got 5 printouts of what you have.
Right? Oh no, nope.
You don't have a diagram?
I haven't, and I have not even looked at a box since the last big show. I haven't opened a box. I haven't sorted it. They're literally in the exact same place that I left them from Motor City. I haven't gone through. I haven't had time.
I definitely have a lot of stuff that says you need to go through these, and I haven't gone through them. So
yeah, I was really hoping to get that collection sorted out that I told you guys I was gonna that I was looking at. Haven't had time to do that.
Did you get that collection?
No, I didn't. I was supposed to go today, and I'm supposed to go before, but I was supposed to go today, and I still couldn't make that work out. I just had so much to do. And
here's an interesting one. I'll ask the chat this too. This is interesting because I got. This is something that me and my partner were debating what we should. Well, we weren't debating. He was telling me, "Hey, we should go do this," and I was like, "I'm not fucking wasting my time, but you can fucking go and do it." Okay. There's an ad. An ad goes up, and guy says, "I got 80 short boxes, and I don't know, 1,000 pops or whatever the fuck he says, right?" And he says, "What I'm going to do here is don't ask me for lists. Don't ask me for nothing. I'm going to start setting appointments. You can come look the shit over. You drop me off an offer by the end of the month. Whatever the best offer is, I'm going to accept it." Now, he also put something else interesting in there. He goes, "Just to let you know, comic-wise, it is 75% Marvel, 20% DC, 5% Independence. And one of the runs that are in the Marvel is ASM from number 30 to 900.
Okay.
Then he puts, and I got the value. I ran the value on the pops on PPV, the pop fucking the equivalent of, it's the
Pop price guide.
Yeah, pop price guide, kind of, whatever. And it's $10,000 is what they're saying it is. So he asked, he's like, "Dude, do you got time?" I said, "First off, I have fucking less than 0 fucking time." I said, "But if I thought it was good, I'd have time." I want to hear what would you do with that, Dub? What would you do with that? I don't think you could separate comic. Okay, yeah, good. I'm good because this is a great conversation we're having.
That's my number one thought right there is what Cosmic One just said. I don't want them. I don't want to deal with them. And the first, as you're telling me this story, I'm trying to think, do I have a pop guy? And I don't have. I don't know. I know people that I've seen at shows that sell pops, but I don't really know anybody that deals
Did
with
you
pops.
see him at Astronomicon? Because every pop guy was trying to clearance out a bunch of bullshit. They were like,
100%. Like
every
all
single
these
one.
stores had pops, and I
They're
don't
all
want,
clear them out right now.
unless I have somebody who's immediately going to take the pops, like right up, like I'm not even come to my house with the pops. Like first thing I'm gonna do is the back of the truck's gonna be loaded with the pops and drop them off wherever. If I can make that kind of deal where I can get rid of the pops right away, then I would think about it. But I don't know if I want to wait a month
Well,
to
okay.
see.
So, you can't do that. You can't do
Right.
that off the bat because you don't have. You would have to already have that. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'd already have to have that set up. Right. I'd
Yeah,
have
you
to
have
have
to have
that
that
up.
set up already. That's not
Yeah.
like go find a pop. That's not Ryan. That's not possible. Go find a pop guy. Okay.
Yeah. I'd have to have a pop guy. But I don't have a pop guy. The ASM is definitely intriguing. But I mean, if this ad's out there, I mean, it's worth taking a look. It's always worth taking a look.
Yeah, it's not worth me taking a look.
The 10 grand worth of pops is a really.
Whoa, he said
really,
he looked up the PVV value, the value of the pops.
I get that, but he thinks they're worth 10 grand.
See, this
So
is where
that's
I'm
the
getting
problem.
at. This is where I'm getting at with them.
Yeah.
So, and if you know us, we're short stock on Marvel. We are extremely short stock on Marvel because every time we break out Marvel dollar boxes, we come home with no Marvel left. Like last show, we brought out 4 Marvel boxes. By the end of the show, we had 0 Marvel boxes. We can't keep Marvel boxes at this point. We just can't. We were in negotiations for a whole Marvel set. We still haven't gotten that deal done yet. We're not going to have a lot of Marvel at this show. But so we're desperate need. So I think that's why he's panicking. But I brought it up to this. I said, listen, dude, I don't think it's that good. So I won't go down and waste my time, but I'll waste your time. You should go down there and check him out. He's like, well, what are you talking about? He's like, well, first off, I'm going to make an offer for, he's like, sight unseen, what would you do? I said 5K. I'd do 5K. A 5,200. Actually, 5,265 is what I do for the whole lot. And he's like, why? I said, well, one, we're not in the pop business. And I'm not going to get into the fucking pop business, which means I'm going to wholesale them motherfuckers out. And by the way, if you've been at cons lately, you know one fucking thing about pops. Ain't nobody selling motherfucking pops.
Nobody wants them.
Dude, we had people begging us to pop. We will trade. We will do anything to get rid of these fucking. They were literally coming around the last con begging people. We'll give you 10 for 2. Some dumb motherfucker. I don't. Once you start doing that, when you're coming and try to solicit other vendors in the middle of a show, no.
To sell you the pops, they're trying to sell you pops during the show. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
That tells you all you need to know about the pop market. I don't care what Dom says. I don't care what PPV says. I don't give a shit whatever it is. There's no vendors do not try to come up and solicit other vendors for sales unless their show is shit and they know they can't move their stuff and they're hurting. They don't do that. And we got solicited by at least 2 people whose the major amount of their fucking booths were pop related.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 2. We do not trust in Prime leftovers, Aggie. So he's like, well, we'll just make an offer for the comics without the pops. I go, that's not what that said. Number 2, he said, I'll take the best offer at the end. I don't think this guy's going to take the best offer at the end. He goes, what do you mean? He says he's going to. I said, yeah, people can say whatever the fuck they want on the internet. But here's the deal. If you're telling me you already know what your pop value is, and if you say that your ASM value is, I'm figuring out what your ASM value is here. And I'm thinking that you're overgrading whatever fucking keys you think are in there. So your 129 you probably think is mint, which is probably not. I don't know if you got tattoos in that motherfucker, for 3, whatever. I don't know whatever's going on with the rest of them. 50 could be fucking, dude, you know how many 50s have subscription crease down the middle, like and roll by? Like every single one I've ever seen, there's a problem with the 50. I think I've only owned 2 50s that didn't have a fucking problem with it. 2. Okay? I've owned a lot of fucking 50s. I've only had 2 that don't have a fucking problem with it. Or is it 48? The Rhino one. Whatever Rhino is. What's Rhino? 48? 46?
46? 50 is
50 is no walk away. Yeah. Kingpin. Yeah, Kingpin. Kingpin's come out. 50's all right. 46. So that's what I'm saying. So that one, you could throw that fucking key out, right? 50s, you'll be all right. 50 will be all right. 129s, how many 98 129s do you think you're getting out there? How many 90 129s do you think you're getting out? A lot of people read that shit, and then you got to worry about all that. Okay. Number 2, if you're starting with ASM as your example and you're saying it's great, but you're saying Silver Age, and when you talk Silver Age, you're not talking 15 and forward, you're talking 40 and afterwards, which starts to go into fucking bronze. That tells me right there that you really don't have Silver Age. You don't have Silver Age worth of shit, right? Because that's what he's saying. So Silver Age on through some Silver Age, bronze to copper. But if your example of the example you're going to give us for comics is 38 on, which books are there? What books? What books are you talking about? Silver Age,
where's your Silver? Yeah.
Where's your Silver Age, bro? You would say, would you give a sampling of your Silver Age, especially if you want a higher dollar amount? So he's like, well, I mean, and by the way, Dub is a big ASM simp. So when he said ASM, of course, plus it's easy to sell ASM. It really is. But he's also an ASM simp. He's a Spawn simp. He's an ASM simp. So like, fuck it. So I'm like, what else could he have in there? Because if you really wanted to, if he had runs, right, of Marvel from that era, you would say I also have Hulk runs, wouldn't you? You'd say I have X-Men
FF, Hulk, X-Men.
I have amazing. Here's this. I also have X-Men, FF. No, well, you wouldn't say FF from that era. The FF from that era is nothing good. You would say I have Hulk runs. Well, maybe you would. FF, Hulk runs, X-Men runs, da-da-da-da. That's what you'd say, right? So right now I'm thinking like, wait a minute. So he's got almost 900, and this gets worse, 900 fucking ASM books. He goes, yeah. I said, well, it's 125 in the short, right? 100 probably if he's doing it. He goes, oh, he has all plastics. I go, so he's doing 85. So he's about 11 shorts in an ASM run, right?
In the 85, yeah.
I mean, those aren't even, I mean, that's not even, when you're thinking 50 shorts, if 50 shorts to anybody else, right? Even if they do low edit, if you average at 100, 125 is what it is, but if you average at 100, what do we got there?
5,000. 50,000?
800,000. Yeah. No, 8. Yeah. Okay. 8,000. So you got 8,000, right?
100 books, yeah.
Yeah, 8,000. Yeah, 100 bucks. 8,000.
80, but I didn't think you said 50.
Oh, 50. Whatever. Was it 50? It could have been 60.
I don't
Whatever
know.
it was.
Yeah.
No, because it had to be 50 because the number was 50. Yeah, 52 change. So it had to be 50. So it's 50. So it's 5,000. So 5,000 books. That's what you think of the minimum. On the top end, you think maybe you're getting like close to 6, right? Around 6.2, somewhere around there, right? So a dollar piece, 5,000, 6,000, right? But he's not because he's in plastics. So now you're thinking maybe under 100, right? You're under 100 on plastics. So
Are you talking about the crates?
Yeah, plastic crates.
Oh.
Because if you're bagging a board plastic crate, it doesn't fit as much as it does in the fucking in the paper plastic crates. 125 on paper.
I hate those crates.
Yeah, those crates are fucking like 80. So now you're at 8. Well, it's
probably want to charge you for the crates too.
And then he's going to want to charge you for the crates. That's the other thing. See, he left that shit to then. So then they're in crates. So I'm like, wait a minute. So these fuckers, he's giving you the price on the pops that if you come in there and go, I don't want the pops. Because I've had this before where we went into one and a guy had all this Bronze Age shit. This is back in 17. He had a ton of Bronze Age shit. And good stuff. All Marvel pretty much. Some of it was bagged and board. Some of it wasn't. At the time, long boxes were going for $20 at LB. And we were going through his shit. This guy, oh my God. Okay, so either way. So all that shit, I'm thinking this guy probably wants like he goes, well, what do you think? I said, well, if he's telling you this price and telling you the ASM alone, he's going to want like some ridiculous ass thing. He's probably going to want 15 to 20. So he's probably going to want closer to 75,000 for his whole kit and caboodle because he's fucking Looney Tunes with the fucking pops anyways. And there's no way he'll do it. And he's like, well, he's going to sell to somebody. I go, no, he isn't. Because he's going to take he's like, well, if everybody gives him around the same offer, I go, he's not going to take it. If you offer it, we could offer him 10 grand. He's not taking 10 grand for the whole shit. So it's a waste of my fucking time to offer him a fucking dollar. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say what I actually said because it's kind of crude. But what I actually said was way worse than that. I said I would offer him not even something and $1. So, but yeah, I mean, we've had these before. Probably the worst experience I've had with this buying thing is we went there. So we spent hours. Whew, dude, the two were, oh, there's two that are worse. This one, he had all the stuff. We went down to his basement. This dude had he had reptiles, and it was a ranch. You would go, hold on, I'm trying to remember it all. You go downstairs, and all of a sudden you start smelling it, and it's like, it's like, yeah, it's like, people who have lizards and shit in their house, and they got this big aquariums, but they're not aquariums, whatever the fuck they're called that they have the lizards in.
Yeah.
It's heat lamp. You could smell that heat lamp / leathery skin of fucking, all of a sudden you start smelling, you're like, what the fuck? We get down there and he's like, hey, listen, guys, I need to buy like 3 more tanks for fucking whatever. I'm getting a fucking Komodo dragon and shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And he keeps talking. He's like, Komodo dragons this, these things are this. Fucking, I gotta get 6 Komodo dragons. Komodo dragons this, and fucking, it's like the fucking Discovery Channel, bro. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'll fucking put that shit, whatever that is, on a stick and fucking throw a little fucking sauce on it, see if it tastes good, but I don't give a fuck besides that. So this dude, oh yeah. So this dude's all reptile out. He's like, hey, yo. And it was me and Dub, not this Dub, me and W. We were down there together. And so I don't think we didn't have anything to worry about. We're a couple big boys. So, so we go down there. And of course, W's like super fucking excited as he always is. And he thinks he's always going to make these awesome deals. So he goes down there. So after Lizard Boy starts talking about the Komodo dragon, then he goes, I've got these amazing books for you too. Here. And it's fucking titty books. It's like Naughty or Nice. And hey, listen, dude, I know. And they're all signature series. And it's like, I mean, he's got like 2,000s of these motherfuckers. Wow. 2,000. Like, I'm not talking J. Scott Campbell, that shit. I'm talking like at the time in 2000. Was it 17, 16 or 7? No, it had to be 2017. Maybe it's 2014. I don't know. About 2017. He had, it was those titty books signed. Like, it's like full ass bitches, like, titties out. Right. And he's like, all this and fairy tale, whatever. And blah, blah, blah. This is signed by this artist. And look at these titties here. I'm like, you went from talking about Komodo dragons and needing tanks to titties. And I'm looking at this dude going like, yeah, it might be a low. I look over to W and I'm like, the fuck? Okay. Like, here it is. We finally walked into one where we're going to have to fight our way out this bitch. Like, what are we going to do? And he's over there. Yeah, I know, dude. So he's over there fucking going through other boxes. And I'm stuck listening to this dude. I mean, like, no offense, my man, but like, and I'll tell this in general, I don't want to hear about it. If you find whatever woman you find attractive, that's cool. Whatever you like, that's cool. I don't want to know your preferences because I'm not you. I'm not trying to get into your preferences. I ain't going to tell you what my preferences are. So I don't need to know your fucking preferences. Whatever your preferences are cool with me. If you like titty books, that's cool. I don't want to hear about the aeolies or whatever the fuck you want to talk about. I definitely don't want to hear about what you're going to do to some chick on a book. That's not my business. Keep it in your bedroom, dude. I don't want you in my bedroom.
Or your basement, whatever.
Oh, yeah, wherever you want to do it. But I don't want you. Look, I'm not inviting you into my business. I definitely don't want to be in your fucking business. If I want that nonsense, I'll go to a titty club or I'll go to the fucking nudist colony or whatever. Fuck ever, dude. I know where you could go for that shit. I don't go there because I don't want to deal with that shit no more. Ain't nobody want no herpes in the eye. So here we go. So he's talking about all this shit. And now W thinks this is fucking hilarious, but he doesn't think it's hilarious because he sees other books. So he's digging through all the Bronze Age shit. And he's like, da, 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 da. So dude, wasting my fucking time listening to this horse shit, but being nice. Because I look over and I see him like, I know what his signals are when he sees something in a, we've known each other long enough that when I know he's seeing something, he's seeing something. So I'm still listening to this dude. Then the dude gets back on to like, and I got to sell this. And I got an offer already from a dude. And I could buy 6 tanks and 15 heat laps and 4 Komodo dragons. And I can have fucking like a Tyrannosaurus Raptor come fucking in and shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck, you're buying dinosaurs and shit now, right? Okay, cool. So a man's like still talking. I'm like, cool. And he's like, oh, these are worth something. And Dub goes, and he doesn't. to this day, he goes, I know there were something, but Marco knows about them. And I know a little bit about them to be dangerous, but I don't know enough that I want to be interested in them. Plus, like, I mean, no offense, but I'm not in the smut business. And I don't give a shit what you say. That's the smut business. And I ain't getting the smut business. So I'm entertaining them. We go through it all. The dude's like, I got a $10,000 fucking deal. And it's mainly this dude wants these boxes of the titty shit. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, but he says he's going to take the whole thing. I said, well, how much is he giving you for the whole thing? And he says, and now listen, this is like, we're talking, there's a little bit of DC. Oh shit. There's some early 90s, like indies. Like, I mean, like good stuff. There was good stuff in there. So we're looking through it all. And there's like 30 other long boxes and he doesn't give a shit about them. And I'm talking like there's Hulk runs over there. There's X-Men runs over there. There's Turtle runs from the 90s over there. There is, what the fuck else was there? There was a bunch of shit. Oh, the New Mutant stuff was there at the time before New Mutants came out. So it had whatever year that was. They had Avenger runs. He had all types of shit. Oh, he had Batman run, Batman animated series runs. There's some good shit over there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, well, he said he'd give me 1,000 for that, all that stuff. And he'd give me 10,000 for this or 11,000 total. I was like, dude, how about, why don't we buy that stuff and you can still sell? He's like, well, no, I kind of made it as a package deal. I was like, okay, cool. Well, how about we give you $2,000 for all that stuff? No. How about we give you, okay, $3,000 for all this stuff. You could keep all the tea stuff and just say like your dad came back and grabbed, because he said his dad's collection was the other stuff. I said, we'll do that. He's like, no, dude, we can't do that. He's like, I just feel kind of bad. He's like, could you give me $11,000 for everything? And I was like, well, what the fuck's the difference if we buy this shit for $3,000 and you sell them that shit for $10,000? You're gonna make $2,000 extra dollars, or we give you $11,000 for the whole shit, and I gotta start selling smut. So I said, no, we can't do that. I was like, how about we dig through here and we start? So then we start digging. And I don't think he knew what we meant when we started digging, because when we started digging, within 3 seconds, we had stacks like this out. So we're like, we'll give you like $100. He's like, okay, but you can't take any more out because he'll notice. I was like, fine, fuck it. So we walked out with 2 big stacks and fucking rock and roll. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you get into those situations, like when they start telling you, like when they start giving you the weird clues, W doesn't give a shit because he's like, yeah, I just want that. No, the guy's going to want you to do the pops. And another example of that is we ended up going into this. I've told this one kind of before, but he set up another one because he sets up a lot of our stuff that we find. They aren't selfie.
Want to ring the bell?
All right. Ding, ding.
Oh, why did you do that? Huh?
Ring a new bell.
Oh, nice. That's a good bell. Yeah, it was funny. Anyways, so the other one though that he set up, yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I'm really cool with a lot of stuff. I've bet obviously I have to deal with. I mean, look at all you people in our chat. I deal with awkward people all the time, dude. Like I get it, socially awkward motherfuckers. So like, you know, I'm good with dealing with them. It's just that one was a little bit over. And the thing that pissed me off was the time. Like if you knew that, and I don't know what he did. Maybe he finally swindled somebody into talking about that mess or whatever. But I don't even know how you'd have us in the door if you actually had that sale for 10K. So I don't know. But
well, he's using that 10K number to try to get more out of him. He wanted 11, so he was trying to like get more.
Right, so we gave him $100 and took out a lot of the keys out.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. Right.
I mean, that's what that's happened a lot of times where like you'll go look at a collection, they just want you to give them a value, so then they can use that to leverage it against somebody else.
So I told Sean, I said, this is what this fucking sounds like. He's like, no, I don't think so. I was like, okay. Because he said he'll go with the best offer in the month. I'm like, good luck on that, bro. The other one that he got us into, now listen, I'm dogging him, but he's got us some good deals. Like we have definitely gotten some good deals. He said that he thought this guy, the ad that we had heard was the guy just is lazy and doesn't want to. And I'm like, no, dude, this guy knows what he has. He actually doesn't know what he has. He thinks he knows what he has and he's overvaluing it. And so I'm not wasting my time. The other time this happened, this guy's brother passed away. And he was a local dude. And I'm actually surprised because I figured I would have known who he was. Because he did all the MC. He was, because we get there and fuck, man, I'm telling you, this is 2015. And if it was 2019, I would have bought fucking everything. I would have bought it fucking all. But in 2015, this dude had McFarlane's, but he had Danger Girl and the rest of the ones toys, and the rest of the ones that were shit. They weren't they weren't good. The low end ones. There wasn't like the like it was earlier. It was right in that there wasn't right at the time. It wasn't the McFarlane toys. It was before he came out with DC McFarlane. This is like I said, like 15. So they weren't the good ones that people were looking for. They weren't old enough vintage of the original ones. They were not. They were like in that middle area, right, where fucking nobody wanted the McFarlane toys. He had all these little Star Trek figures that I had looked up. I saw them in 2019 and said, "Oh shit, that was the boxes we passed on." And I mean, he had like hundreds of these fucking things. Oh no, they were DC figures, but they were small. They were like 3.5 inch. He had. Yeah, they were like smaller ones. I can't remember exactly what they were, but I would remember if I saw them again. They came in like it almost looked like a holiday box, but it wasn't. It was a silver box, smaller figure, whatever. He had a bunch of signed shit, and then he had we ended up pulling 3 long boxes, and I mean we stuffed it all of 325 comics in it of quality stuff. Nothing, no bangers, no. Well, at the time, comic books were a way different price anyways, but nothing that was, I would say the value of each box that we pulled was probably around the $500 range. If we pieced it out, pressed it ourselves, did all the shit you have to do it. If we graded, it would be a little bit more and shit like that. But it wasn't anything, there was nothing super, super dope in it. But he had like 20 of them. And he had all these toys. He had fucking memorabilia. He had, like the shit people buy at Crafter shits. And he had all these signed pictures of shit and everything. So the brother owned he sold high-end cars. And where the shit was, so you know how there's those strip malls and just garages, rent space and stuff like that? They have like the door. So you open up the door, there's an office to the left. There's a space in the warehouse that's above the office. We had to climb up a ladder, go up there. That's where all the shit was. So he just took fucking high-lows and dumped all his brother's shit up there. It's like now.
Yeah.
It's like now. This is the heat. It's like July, like now in Michigan. Yeah. So an hour goes by. We're kicking through it. And Sean's like, dude, what's the deal on toys? And I'm like, okay, here's the deal. Like these DC things right now only sell for like $2 a fucking piece. Like now, I think they sell for like $20 a piece. But at the time, it was like $2 a piece. And there was like fucking 100 of these motherfuckers. So I'm like, what are you going to do? I mean,
yeah.
What are you going to do? It took up a lot of space. Then we went over to the other stuff. So I started pricing stuff out. There wasn't anything really super vintage because, I know vintage. So there wasn't anything vintage of it. He didn't even have fucking like Migos or anything. It was like, it was like
90s stuff.
90s, early 2000s shit.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't anything there that was like fucking that
My
dead
Silent
zone.
Dragons.
Yeah. It was just that fucking dead zone at that point.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, oh shit. So we're going through it, and Sean goes, "How much do you think if you were going to offer this whole thing? How much do you think it's worth?" And I told him, and the number was probably 8,500 somewhere around there. I said, but I'm not paying 8,500. I was like, we can't move that shit. Like, I mean, even back then you couldn't move that shit. Now we would have killed it. But like, I was like 8,500 at the time. I was like, that's retail 8,500, not whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, what do you think? And I was like, I think we need to offer him 4 and see if he takes it. He's like, well, if we offer him 4, how long is it? We did the whole thing. How long is it going to take to move? What are we doing? He's like, all right, we're just going to make 3 long boxes. We're going to take it down there. Dumbest shit we ever did. But he talked me into it. I was like, dude, if we take these 3 long boxes. So he's putting all the good books in the 3 long boxes. So what I'm doing is taking like legit ass 50-cent books, and I'm putting like 3 or 4 in the front, 3 or 4 in the middle, 3 or 4 in the back. He's like, don't put that shit in there. I'm like, stop. I keep doing it. I was like, because, the guy's got like 15 computers downstairs. He's going to look some of these fucking things up. Now, usually at the time, we were paying $20 a long box, but I knew there was better shit in there. So we actually offered $120 a long box at the time, which was fucking unheard of in 2000. I mean, like, you had to have really good shit in there. But since we made 3 good fucking boxes, and it was like $800. So really 300 plus, that's 360. We were almost giving them half. I mean, it was 1/3 of what we thought the total value of the boxes were, which is right where we always like to be, is around 1/3 anyways. And at the time that was fair. I mean, like the last couple of years, that storm hitting you, huh?
Something just happened. Yeah, everything is flickered.
Yeah, so the last couple of years, the prices have changed, obviously. But originally back then, that was what market was. You would get 1/3 on your return on investment. You pay $20 to $25 LB. Just that's the price. It isn't that. That's not the fucking case anymore, mind you. It hasn't been that way for a good like 5 years now, right? But like that's how it was back then. So I know the prices sound like we were ripping somebody off, but it's not. Fucking think what you will. You haven't been in comics long enough. So we offered them what was pretty fair, 1/3 price of what it was. And we'd have to do whatever. And sure as shit, the guy fucking ghosted us almost. He said no. He told us, oh no. So while we're up there, by the way, we got stuck there 5 hours, mind you, because what happened was after 3 hours of going through this, the dude says, hey, I gotta go run out and grab something real quickly. I'll be back. He locked us in the fucking place. He locked it so that because he says, I mean, he had like, what's the thing called, a G-Wagon? He had one of them motherfuckers in there. He had a bunch of shit in there. Like he had this old school like Jeep that was fucking pimped out. He had a bunch of shit. He left us the fuck in there and then locked the door so we couldn't get out. So we're stuck in this motherfucker. And that's what we fucking put those boxes. Because I was like, I'm not going home empty-handed. So we we didn't steal anything. I put the boxes together. We put them into his office. And we're like, look, dude. I was like, whatever you do not say. Like as soon as we said this, I texted him. I said, do not say a fucking word about anything in here. Because I'm guaranteeing he's got security cameras and voice activated shit in here. So we're not going to say anything. So we just said, he's like, what do you think the price are on there? I said, yeah, nobody ever wants to pay top dollar. I'm just telling you what the fucking price of this shit was. Like, yeah. So we ended up bringing it. So finally we brought it down, and we didn't really have anything to do. Fucking, we were just sitting there for a while, and like I didn't want to touch any of the cars because the cars were not fucking cheap, bro. Like they were not cheap. I'm just like whatever. So I started looking at the cars. I'm like, oh shit, man, I gotta take a shit. I was like, hey, look out the door. He's like, what? I was like, no, look out the little peepholes. He's like, why? I was like, because I'm going to this guy's office because there's a bathroom in his office. I'm going to his office. I'm going to blow that motherfucker out. Walk in there, blow that fucker out. I'm like, oh shit. So I turn on the fan, do the whole shit, spray the shit in the toilet so it doesn't get out. But like, all right, cool. He's like, dude, did you blow that motherfucker out? I was like, yeah, I blew that fucking out. He's like, why? I go, don't lock us in a fucking, this is creepy anyway. So we're locked in there. We go back up. We're fucking around again. And like, cause we're trying to see what the guy didn't go to cons. We could tell the guy only went to cons. So he only went to cons probably from 2010 to 2015. Because we could just tell by signatures and the people that was there, and he actually kept the fucking things.
Oh, okay.
So we went around, we fucked around in there for like another 45 minutes, an hour. So that was like 5 hours by that time. The guy finally comes back. I mean, he came back. It had been so long, he came back. The fucking bathroom fucking aired itself out, bro. Like it had been aired out for a very long time. I actually think Shaw went there and took a shit too. Because he's like, fuck it, I'm going to take one then too. He went and took a shit too. What were we stuck in there? What were we gonna do? I mean, because it's hot as shit. You know how it goes. It's hot as shit. So you're downing water. You're just fucking, and then all of a sudden you're like, fuck it. You're squatting. It's take a shit.
A lot of movement.
Yeah, a lot of movement. Picking up boxes, shit. So we get back. The guy's like, cool. He's like, you don't want to buy everything because I was hoping to sell everything. I'm like, I'll be honest with you. I don't think you'll be happy with the price, even if we offered you on everything. Because some of that stuff up there, you're just going to be giving it away. And he's like, well, I don't want to give it away if your price is. I said, but this stuff we can offer you fair market value on. I was like, we can. I was like, the other stuff is like, it doesn't sell right now. So we'd have to hold on to it for years and hope that something would happen with it. I was very honest with the dude. He's like, I appreciate your honesty. I'll give you a call tomorrow. Call never comes. Next day, call never comes. Then Dub calls him the next day. He's like, hey, just wanted to see if you. He's like, I'll look over the boxes, do whatever. I don't think that guy ever fucking looked over the boxes. We never saw another ad for him. I think he had somebody else come in after us and figured out what we offered for the boxes, did the division on that, went upstairs, counted out all the other boxes, multiplied that, and then gave a higher price, or he did what he said. If he didn't like the price, he was just going to keep all the shit up there, and it's still up there to this day, which I don't think it is, but I think we got fucked in that deal too. So after all,
somebody else probably came and bought it with a higher price.
I don't think so. I think I'll be honest, we were pretty reasonable on that stuff, and the stuff they had there was not. Dude, I got to find out what those DC toys were. I think they were Signature Series or whatever, but Signature whatever, but they were not at the time. They were not really good. They weren't really popping. So, I mean, and there was a shit ton of them. And I mean, he had like not the good McFarlanes either. I mean, it was a lot, and there was broken shit up there. Dude, there was 6 boxes full of this dude with pictures and signatures on it. And the guy downstairs like, well, it's got famous people's signatures on it. I'm like, dude, a picture of you and fucking, I mean, we're not, who can I say without besmudging somebody? Let's say you and a, no. Dude, what the fuck? Whatever I say, people are gonna get pissed at. But let's say you and Jim Shooter next to each other, signature of you and Dub and Jim Shooter. How much is anybody paying for that? And his dude had like $5.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, even if it's like Stan Lee, like you got a picture of you.
Somebody might win the Stan Lee.
Somebody might buy the Stan Lee autograph, but they're not giving you like if it was a Stan Lee autograph of just Stan Lee. It's like you cut it in half because you're in there.
Yeah,
you're not going to get full price. You're going to get half.
Yeah. I'm laughing at the chat. You warm toilet seat. It wasn't like dude. I'm telling you, it was enough time where one man could take a shit and it could air out and cool off. Because his office also, by the way, was the only place there's AC. There's no AC in the building. The office had AC. So like, and the bathroom, by the way, wasn't like just this fucking shitty ass bathroom. I mean, it was tile. His office was like double padded carpeting. You know what I mean? He had the fucking, now remember this is 2015. He had the fucking arch desk and then had the 4 computer screens that connected to each other. Back in 2015, this motherfucker had the shit.
Yeah, that's
right?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then his bathroom was like, it was in there, and he had hand towels. There wasn't no paper towel bullshit. You know what I mean? He had a bidet up in that motherfucker, and then he had toilet paper. So like, the shit was. It wasn't like a water closet either. It was a fucking bathroom. He had marble sinks in that bitch, and this is all in the warehouse, dude. So like, because it was, I think his show. He was kind of like you could like he had a fucking. It was like almost like when you go into a smaller, nice dealership, but like if you go in a more expensive dealership, there's certain area. It's not like you go into fucking the regular Ford dealership and they sit you in those bullshit broke ass car. You know, I'm talking about going into a dealership and you got like, you know, leather seat backs and all this other shit, and they're bringing you fucking. Oh, would you like the water with the twist? Little lemon twist. What does he say? Lemon twist. Little lemon twist. Ooh, extra. What did he call me? He didn't call him Axel. He called him. When Serge used to talk to Axel, what do you call him?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah. Little lemon twist. Either way.
Oh, maybe it was an importer exporter.
Maybe. I don't know what.
Probably.
That wasn't the business I was in. I wasn't trying to find out what his business was. The dude locked us in a fucking garage for 5 fucking hours. At that point, I'm just trying to get comics to get the fuck out. I don't want to have nothing to do. I don't want to find out what his import-export business is.
So that at that time, he was focusing more on the exporting and he was focusing on the importing. He was trying to
I exported something into his toilet and imported it into the pipeline. So there we go. All right. Yeah, but so that one, I mean, that one didn't work out too. I mean, that one, but then again, I mean, there's the famous, we ended up in the fucking, you know, we ended up in that meth park, me and B Smith. And then you didn't hear this one before, Dave?
I think I remember the meth park one.
You've
alluded to it for sure.
Yeah, we went down to where Muhammad Ali, not where he lived, but where he grew up, to the interesting state of Kentucky. And we were you know, it's different roads out there. So like for us, service drives, you know, for us service drives are different. Like they run
parallel
with
to
the expressway, but they're up or down. They're not on the same level. Like in Texas, Oklahoma, and parts of Kentucky, the service drive, you're like, oh shit, I'm not on the fucking expressway. I'm on the how the fuck did I get on the service drive? It's fucking, I just was going around the fucking car. I'm on the service. So we we're listening to the fucking Garmin. Yeah. And it said, yeah, take a left here. And then
We
it
probably
said,
hadn't updated it with the most recent download.
and we go in and we're like, oh shit. I was like, Brian, there's a fucking Grand Marquis following us, huh? And he's like, yep. And I was like, do not stop, my man. I was like, and the GPS all the time is like, make a U-turn at, make a U-turn at, make a U-turn at, make a U-turn at. And I'm like, shut that motherfucking thing. And then I was like, don't shut that thing off. It's like, keep it on just in case. And that it's not, we weren't going fast. This thing wasn't going fast either. It's just like this.
Wow.
And I was like, hey, up here, there's like a dirt area where we can flip. Don't you dare put that bitch in reverse. You just flip. Don't do it fast. Do it nice and even. If they come after us, and just as we're about to go do it, fucking another vehicle comes from the other way, and out from these fucking 4 or 5, I mean, you can't call them mobile homes because they're fucking whatever. You see fucking guys on fucking 4-wheelers coming. We're like, we just turn. The guy sits here. The other 2 guys that are coming, the other vehicles that are coming, follow us back out. We go back out. We go back over the expressway, stop at the gas station because we're about to shit ourselves. And I was like, hey, dude, can I use your pisser or whatever? They're like, well, you need to buy something first. Here's the code. And it's a Porto-John they have out back that's locked up. Not a fucking bathroom attached to the fucking building. It's a Porto-John outside to the back. And they said, we have to have somebody go and walk with you because we don't want people sleeping in there shit. I was like, I don't know. You know what? I can hold that shit. And I just went and fucking peed behind their dumpster. Fucking called it a day, dude. And then we took off and went to and then it turned out the place we were the auction was going on was like 10 feet from that fucking gas station. Like, what the fuck? So we get there, and it's like this fucking place. It's a bunch of cowboys. And when I mean cowboys, I'm talking fucking cowboys. I'm talking like farm hands for the fucking derby or some shit. They all got their fucking big ass 8-gallon hats on. They all got their fucking brass fucking belt buckles. Yep. They all got their fucking cowboy boots that are too fucking small, but for some reason they think fucking putting your pitch and toe in your fucking feet into that shit is a smart idea. And they all just walk a little bit like this and got reds. And we're like, what's up? We're like, is this where the auction is, or are we buying a fucking cow? Like, what the fuck's going on? They're like, no, yeah. Y'all into that comic books? We're like, we are into that comic books. Yes, we are. And we ended up buying some. So this was actually shady as shit. So what they were doing was these guys had gone out, and I don't know who the fuck they listened to. But I mean, at the time, once again, this is 6-7 years ago, they're like grading Secret Wars, and it's coming out as 6.0s. Like Secret War 1, 6.0. What the water damage?
They're slabbing them?
Yeah, they slabbed the shit out of all this fucking anything that showed up. If the fucking thing showed up in an Overstreet guide as a singular number, they slabbed that shit. Didn't matter what the grade was. Didn't matter what the damage was. So what happened was there's a guy who had I did not say inbred racists. And by the way, some of the people in Kentucky are very nice. It is not a pit. There are some beautiful areas of Kentucky. The people are a little slow down there, some of them, but like that's okay. You don't make fun of them. So we
I've been to Kentucky several times. I worked in Louisville and I worked in Lexington. I had a couple stores there. I traveled there quite a bit. This lady who worked in the bakery would come to work with a boot on her foot, and she was supposed to like physically work in the kitchen, and she couldn't do it. And she taught me how to speak some things in Kentucky to kind of like fit in and or understand what people were saying. She gave me a little dictionary. Yeah.
Remind me, but do remember this is like on the southern Ohio. Like you could have pissed out the back door and hit southern Ohio. That's where it is too. So it's not a great place.
So you were North Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah. No, I like Lexington. I mean, the people aren't. I was in Lexington downtown one time, and the thing that goes 10, 9 on the crosswalk, and literally heard a family go, oh, this fancy. The lights be talking to us. I was like, the fuck you just say? It ain't the light for one. It's a cross fucking walk. And number two, what the? This ain't 50 years ago neither. By the way, this is like within the last decade. What the fuck is wrong? But okay, so back to this.
Sorry.
So what they did was they slabbed all that shit, but they had all these fucking books, and they would cut the tops of long boxes in in half, and they would take as many books as they could get without overflowing it. So it'd be like 20, 30 books, whatever. It wasn't exact science. They put them in there, and then those would be the lots. But they didn't know how to do it. So they first started off doing all those lots. We were going through. They're like, all right, who will offer us $500 on this table? Of course, everybody's like, get the fuck out of here. So finally, they're like, how about we just do box tops? And they're like, all right, who's giving us $50 on this? No way, fuck it. Okay, who's giving us $2, $2, $3, $4, $5? They were going for our average $15. But here's the shit part. There was a bunch of Mario ones, and that wasn't that popular at that time, but there was a bunch of Valent. There's a bunch of Valent. That's where we gotten all those Mario Valents. We should have gotten 50 of them. We got like 10. We should have got the Zeldas collections. We should have got about 50 of those. We ended up getting about 8 full, like 1 through 4s. And there was other stuff in there too. What was happening was one of the guys was going through, and what they were doing is when they'd start going, hey, yeah, okay, we're going to do this lot, and everybody turned to the lot, he'd get his partner to go over and pull books out of one lot and put them to the next lot. Yeah, real fucking shitty. But that being said, that didn't stop us from fucking buying, and we fucking bought. And then we realized we might have bought too much. At one point, we had a fucking pile. We bought so many comics that it was almost looked like a bonfire pile. We just had heaps of comics. Then we did something even stupider. I mean, we got some good stuff out of it. Don't get me wrong. We got some really good stuff out of it. And for the prices, like, you couldn't beat it. I think we might have spent maybe $200. That's with the buyer premium. Listen to how many comics we had. So we keep getting back, and we're loading up the vehicle. We're like, because there's nothing to do. So we're bringing these like carts, and we're loading up the vehicle, and the vehicle's like half full. We're still loading up the vehicle with these like box tops, and like we did buy a couple long boxes and shit like that. Like we bought TMT run, shit, some other shit, and we keep loading it up and fucking loading it up. And we're like, dude, what the fuck is going on here? Our pile is getting bigger in the middle of the floor, not smaller. And all of a sudden we turn, and we're like, what the fuck? We catch somebody throwing stuff on top of our pile. Like, what are you doing? They're like, oh, well, we thought you guys wanted some more books. We're like, why are you throwing shit? They're like, well, wait, you can't throw anything out here. They wouldn't let you use the dumpsters. People were dropping off, and now it's going to sound stupid, but people were dropping off full distribution boxes of Lee X-Men 1s. Full, like boxes of the shit. Boxes. Non-open boxes. Do you remember before the pandemic how much a fucking Lee X-Men #1 was worth?
Those were quarter boxes.
They were less than a penny. They were worth less than a fucking penny. And we must have had 30 fucking boxes, not open boxes of this shit. And now we filled the SUV up. We filled the SUV up so much. The seats are down. It is literally, we are sliding books through the fucking cracks on the window to try to get them in, and closing the window. And we've got a cartload of shit. And we turn back to this cowboy and we say, hey, bud, we know there's no trash, but come on, guy. You saw what was happening. People were throwing shit on top of our pile. I was like, he's like, well, man, I'm sorry, sir. Da, 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 da. I said, okay, cool. I said, so here's what's going to happen. We've already paid you. It looks like we've got 2 supermarket carts full of comics still. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get in our car, and we're going to take the fuck off. We're just going to leave this shit in the middle of the parking lot. Or you're going to show us where the dumpster is, and we're going to be kind enough and throw the shit in the trash. And I mean, we threw cases of X-Men 1s in the trash. Wow. Cases of that motherfuckers. And so, yeah, I mean, we did that, and we got out. We got about an hour into the drive, and we couldn't fucking breathe, so we had to start rolling down the back windows, and comic books started just flying out of the fucking expressway. I mean, that's how packed this shit was. I mean, we were in the front seat just like shoving shit in. I mean, it was ridiculous. So we paid $200, and I think we ended up getting for $200. I think it ended up turning out to be something like 60 some odd long boxes when we were all said and done. Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. We stopped off at the fucking Wingstop because they didn't have Wingstops out here at the time. We stopped at the Wingstop. I just stopped to get a fucking fresh air because all the stuff had come out of 2 trailers, and one of the fucking trailers had a hole in it. You know how those trailer finds used to be. I don't know if you do, but the trailer finds used to be great. For a while, what would happen is people would go around, and after the 90s, when stores had to start shutting down and shit like that, they would load up comic books and they load up card shops that were bankrupt, and they just load them up in these fucking, West Virginia's a shithole. But they'd load them up into trailers, and they'd store them in the trailers because they were losing the buildings. Yeah. It was actually Ohio. It was actually fucking Ohio. Fuck yeah, I did. It cleaned up the fucking atmosphere down there. But yeah, I mean, so they would load it up, but then they sat for so long that eventually, I guess, I don't know much about trucking besides the trucks. So, but I guess the trailers eventually deteriorate. That makes sense, right? So some of them
you're talking semi-trailers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was a trailer. These were common back in the 2000s. There'd be a trailer that would show up. You'd always find trailers that would show up. So this one, it's what it was, but one of them must have had a leak. So some of the shit was water damage. But we didn't know what it was because you were just buying big piles of shit. And since the piles of book, you found like 1 or 2 books that were worth $10, you paid $8 for the lot.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you care? And then of course people were probably throwing shit on top of our shit. Dude, I actually got a fucking 2 full wizard runs out of that, and I fucking made it off the wizard runs, dude. I mean, it was crazy, dude. It was crazy. The shit we were pulling out of there was crazy. What do you say? Yeah, they probably are. It was Kentucky where we threw it out. The other stuff that flew out the window, I don't know. I think it was cool because when Coyote hit, I think we had like 15 of the Coyotes out of that still because nobody'd ever fucking buy that shit. But yeah, no, I mean, that shit was crazy. That was a cool one. That one was fun as fuck. That was fun. I mean, it was one of those ones where you do it and you're like,
is that really going to happen?
That ain't going to happen again. That shit ain't never going to happen again. Even when we were doing it, we were like, let's try to find another one. Let's find like West Virginia. It's funny you meant West Virginia because we're like, let's go try to find one of these in West Virginia or Southern Pennsylvania or any other fucking place that's just degenerate because it's fucking hilarious. And it was scuzzy, dude. Like whoever the fucking dirtbag is, because the worst part was, so this fucking shithead, I wish I would have known. I probably should have paid attention to who he was because he's probably been around. But whoever the shithead was that was doing that with having his guys flip the books into other things, the worst part was there was a fucking kid there and he was with his dad at the auction. And he must have seen a book that he wanted in because they show you like just a fucking array of shit, right? He knew which fucking thing it was in. Absolutely dead nuts knew it. Dead nuts knew it. I don't know how they snuck the book out of the thing because all he was doing was standing by. He was standing by for an hour. You got to remember, it was big, long fucking tables and it's the top of boxes cut in half. He was standing by it for a straight hour. I don't know what happened. How they got the fucking book that he wanted out of it. I can't even remember. Maybe Smith remembers what the book was. But dude, it got to a point where the kid was standing there so long, we didn't even bid on the lot. Like, we're like, fuck it. Whatever it is. It was a good book, but what the fuck ever. Let this kid have it, dude. Who gives a shit? We didn't bid on it. All of a sudden, we didn't bid on it. Another group that we were with didn't bid on it for the same reason. But this douchebag didn't fucking bid on it. And that dude bid on fucking everything. So he bid, he's like, oh, $3. And the kid goes, $5. And the dude didn't say anything. And somebody else is like, oh, I'll do $6. And the kid goes, oh, okay, $8. And I stopped at $8. And we're like, this guy was bidding this guy would not bid less than $12 on fucking anything he was bidding on. So then all of a sudden the kid goes through, he's like, yeah, I won. He's so fucking excited. And we see the kid, and he digs through it. And he's like, "Dad, the book's not here." And you just see the kid's heart fucking break. And Dad's like, "You sure it's the one?" And I was like, "Holy fuck, dude!" We're like, "Yeah." As it's going on, the very next one, dude bid $21 on that next lot. $21. We fucking knew what was happening. We of course bid that shit up, but like, because we were trying to get it back. But after $21, we were out anyway. $20, we were out anyways. Because I think the book might have been worth $20. So we're not fucking trying to go high. But who knows what else this guy threw in there? After that, we knew that that was the guy that was fucking throwing shit. Because there's no reason that he should have been bidding that up so fucking high. You know what I mean? And he definitely wasn't. He's a shitbag. But you find shitbags, like you said, it's not usually that many. It's just you find a shitbag every once in a while.
There's always at least one.
There always is at least one. All right. Well, this is a great show. I hope whatever. I hope you all enjoyed. It was casual. There we go. Pete. Oh, Pete. I was about to say Pete, let's get out of here, but we can't say Pete, let's get out of here because Pete's not here. What do we have in the comments? Anything? Sure, someone know how. Yeah, I saw that too. All right, guys. Hope you had a great show. We will see you. Make sure Dub do your thing.
Yeah, make sure we're catching all. We're talking about the live shows. Usually it's I always mess this up. I think Dollar Bin Digging tomorrow night. Well, if Pete's got a Dollar Bin Digging, I'm not sure.
Pete's on vacation, dude. He's probably somewhere in Delaware. All right.
Friday night with the boys. Get Off My Lawn. I believe Sticks should be back now, so you got Sticks, Dom, and Jedi. Saturday night special. Sunday night is a Star Wars show. They will be talking, I'm sure, about trailer that dropped this week.
Yeah.
Yep, super awesome. Lots of theories flying around about that, so get the breakdown. And then Monday night we start all over again with Chasing Ghosts and Hidden Gems.
You know, there's a lot of things that we talked about last week on Star Wars. That if you watched that last week's show,
I watched most of your last week's show. I didn't finish. I don't think I watched the second
there's
half.
some things that leaked out today that it looks like we might be psychics.
You guys were a little ahead of the ball game on some of that stuff.
All right. Well, yeah, sometimes it happens. Have a good night, everyone. BK, learning how to read is essential. So,
A Return of the Time Tunnel on Saturday. All right. Well, there you go.
what's that?
Time Tunnel on SNS. That's a Stick segment on
Cool.
Saturday Night Show.
Cool.
Make sure you're checking it out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with our Pete List show.
It was a great show.
Take care.
Welcome back to the C List.